it's weird promoting and producing cannabis shows from Texas. I just got to tell y'all, it's weird. Because it's like I don't even, when I go to a legal state and I come home, sometimes I just don't even know how to act. It's crazy. And one of these days we'll have one of these things here in Texas when we can celebrate when Texas finally comes on someday. And I know that's going to mean a lot to everybody here. So the show is in Oklahoma City. Again, this will be our second time there. We were in Oklahoma City back in November of 21.
Okay.
So this next show is going to be June 2nd and 3rd at the Oklahoma Convention Center. Our two keynote speakers, Mr. Ed Rosenthal, of course, is here with us today. Another Aaron Smith, the CEO of the NCIA, will be speaking as well. Nice. And then we have a special featured speaker that's here with us today, Mr. Aaron Slim Clay. He's going to share, and I'm anxious. I don't get to go to all the speeches. I'm usually on the floor with the exhibitors because that's where I fit in. But I'm going to go hear both of these guys, of course. And Slim's going to talk about he's going to share his story. And I'm not going to get into this too much, let him tell you, but his story of recovery from opioids by using cannabis. That's going to be his topic. So he's going to bring a real personal touch to the show. And so I'm looking forward to that. And then there's a lot of things. I don't even know what else to say. We've got a lot of really fabulous exhibitors, some from out of state, a lot of hometown people too. I don't like to bring in just a whole bunch of out of state people, like an outside invading force. We want to have people that live there benefit from this.
Now that you've grown this, how many vendors do you expect to be at the expo this year?
Good question. We're sitting at about 90 right now.
That's a big number. That's huge.
With 2 months to go, I can easily fit 200 in the hall that I have reserved. I'll tell you, I think the most we've ever had back in Arizona one year, I think we had like 130. About the biggest show I've ever had. Getting to 200 is just another level, and so that's a little bit of a lofty number, but I'm shooting I think we can at least double our numbers in 2 months. I think we can have 180.
Ooh, that's a good number right there. That's a good amount of people coming and getting education, coming and getting resources, coming and getting tools to further themselves, especially in the Oklahoma market, because having people with stories like Slim's, that's really what I call it, the land rush was about in Oklahoma. There was that land of opportunity, easy, right? And now you get all the expertise out here by way of expos like yours and access to gentlemen like these two to find and take hold of their own health, whether that's cultivating, whether that's understanding methods and processing, or just being around it. And so that's awesome to hear. 90 people up to 180. I'm excited about that for us. I think that's going to be really good for you as well. How long have you been doing the expos?
Our first show was June of 2016 in Seattle. That's where I met Ed. He was my first keynote speaker. Yeah, 2016. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Time flies.
And now look at you guys, still rocking and still making waves all the way through the US. You know what I mean? I think that's really cool. What are some of the different things within the expo people can look forward to? Obviously, we have keynote speakers. What are some of the other draws or things that you really are excited about for patients or for people to experience there?
The new technologies that are coming out, the exhibitors that are going to have equipment that they can demonstrate. Ed's going to do a demonstration of the caliper growing system that's affiliated with Smart Pots. Things like that. And then I know Slim's got some items he wants to launch at the show. He's been dropping hints. I know he's got something under his, he's nodding. Yeah. So he's down to tell us. And then in the seeds, we talked about doing a seed swap. That's Ed's idea. We literally just where they swap. But that don't hold me to that. But what we're going to do, and I'm going to let Ed tell y'all, is he's going to release something from his own personal collection. Genetics.
Ooh, the purse bank. Whoa.
Yeah. And out of all the shows that I've ever been to, do y'all remember Indo Expo? And they're not around anymore. Sadly, the owner passed.
Oh,
I loved that show. I used to go to Denver. And then you talk about big, they had like 350 exhibitors last time I went with like 15,000 people. It's massive.
yeah.
I've never seen excitement like this anywhere else. They had people lined up literally around the whole place. Like there might have been 500 or 600 people in line for one booth. And it was to buy seeds.
Ah.
And it was a trip. When I told somebody else from the West Coast, Ed might know who this is. He wears a mask. He wants to show Dad. You know who I'm talking about? The guy that sells genetics he wears a mask. He won't tell anybody who he is.
I don't know.
That doesn't ring a bell? Okay. They said he made $2 million that weekend selling seeds in Denver at $100 a pack. So I've never seen people get that excited about anything in the cannabis business other than genetics. And I'll let these two experts talk about that. Why is that the case? Because that is the case, though.
Oh man, I'm excited to learn that. And that's when we went to expos, we've had our fair share of doing expos, just like you guys. And you're absolutely right. It's the most popular spaces are the ones that have the exhibits, that have the examples. And then it's the speed, it's the genetics, it's learning who has what, where do they get them from, how is this something I'm going to like, is this just in general. And as you get into the cannabis plant itself, it's the base of everything. Where it starts from really determines what you're going to get as the end product. And so I'm excited about all of that right there. Let's get ready to take a quick break. And then what we're going to do is when we come back, because we've learned a little bit about you, Eric, I'm excited about what we're talking about with the expo. I think we're going to go in on this break. When we come back, we're going to talk to Slim. We're going to talk to Ed about some of the things they're wanting to expose, some of the things they're wanting to bring to the table at the expo, and then what they see happening in the future in the industry in general from their expertise. And then we're going to come back to you and see where we're going to go with the rest of this expo. All right, guys? Guys, welcome back to MCM. Here we are. And let me tell you again, if you missed out, the hosts, me with Dr. Sims, and our guest, Eric Norton, Imperious Expo. We've got Slim with Carter Creek. We also have the legendary Ed Rosenthal. Guys, welcome back. We are so happy to have you back. We heard a little bit about Eric, at the start of the expo, the reasoning behind it, how big it's grown in the last 6 years. Hold on, 20, what was it, 2016? Yes, so we're in 2023. Good. That number of years, as well as as well as the expanding from the states, going from legal markets to non-legal markets, exploring and getting people educated about cannabis, being led by these keynote speakers. And that's who we're going to talk to next. Let's start with the first one. Let's start with you, Slim. You're Oklahoma born and bred. You're right down there in Broken Bow. And let me tell you, in my opinion, you're one of the biggest brands in Oklahoma for sure. Not just with the way you carry yourself, but also like we were ending the last conversation on genetics. The basic of things and what you're providing for patients is being proven, so much to the tune that you're going out of the state and showing that for other patients and people. So Slim, like, welcome. Thank you for, on behalf of Carter Creek and Imperius, on being here. Let's hear about you, my friend. Would you be able to go in and just tell the Oklahomans, tell the people watching who you are, what you're about, what your mission is, and just let us know about you, sir.
Yeah, so I'm Slim, aka Aaron Clay, born and raised here in Broken Bow, Oklahoma. And man, I got in the cannabis game when I was around 12 or 13 years old is when I started popping my first set of seeds. That was 33 years ago this year, I guess, something like that. And I've had ups and downs in my life. I've had anybody that's been through life has run into problems if they went out there in life, So one of the issues I had that I was going to share about when we get there at the show was my battle with opioids and my struggle there. A lot of people here in the United States and in the world abroad right now are turning their face to the fact that fentanyl is probably taking out more people than COVID-19 ever thought about. Because those are real statistics, that are getting reported there. You can look at the videos from any of the big cities and people are slumped over like zombies. So, there's this big evil push towards the American population, and that's how they're trying to take us out. And they're targeting our kids with, they had that rainbow fentanyl and that stuff came out. So, that's kind of like the fire that's driving my force here with Carter Creek. And that's what you'll kind of hear in my story when I share my testimony. I'm gonna go all the way back over, to my childhood, to things from that happened in my childhood all the way through jail time and the whole 9 yards. And you'll understand my purpose for cannabis and why I'm here. We're not in like any big competition that, and we made a deal here at Carter Creek. We're not ever going to another cannabis cup competition again because, there was some bad stigma that went around this year. And, this is about education. We're new pioneers into this industry. They're not new pioneers. Let me rephrase that. We're walking into a new era of this plant, and that's becoming commercially legal for adult use and for medical use.
Right.
And what does that look like in the face of America? That's kind of where I'm coming into play at. I'm fighting back fentanyl and the opioid epidemic with cannabis. And then later on we'll get at the show to kind of talk to you about our genetics and things like that we have put together. I've been working on some collaborations for the last couple of years, and we're going to release some new stuff at Imperius. And Mr. Ed's, I seed swap or not, I'm fixing to track down Ed's booth over there, and I'm getting some of them seeds. Or if you don't give me one pack of them seeds, I'm not coming to the next Imperius.
Hey, I'm piggybacking that. I'm coming right behind there. I'm gonna need a pack of them myself. It's coming from
kind of our main mission at Carter Creek, though, is and I've been guilty of being in a cannabis competition before, but that's not what it's all about. To say that, hey, I'm the best green grower, that's not what it's all about. What it's about is the people that are suffering with PTSD or anxiety or bipolar or whatever's going on. Maybe they have pain problems or Crohn's disease.
Yeah,
you can go on. I could talk for days about it, but You know, that's what it's all about, getting that education out to the patients and making sure that the genetics are clean. You know, just like with anything, when population spreads and there's all this crossbreeding, you get viruses and stuff. And, you know, and those viruses have now been known to be transmitted into humans, like the Hopulating viroid that just, the mysterious HIV for marijuana or whatever. But it's now CDC confirmed it as transmittable to people. So, you know, it's transmittable through seeds, transmittable through clones. So be careful where you get all your stuff rallied up. You know, if you get in some people that don't know what they're doing, or you get in the wrong group of people, and you're going to get an infected set of genetics that's probably not even what it was supposed to be to begin with.
That's why it's good to find find your sources and understand what you're actually partaking and putting into your system. And that's what Dr. Sims believes as well. Like I stand in the same tune. It's all about the base of everything. And just a little recap for Carter Creek with you, Slim. Not only are you a geneticist, you're not only a grower, but you also have a processing and you have a dispensary down there in Broken Bow. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. So
fully integrated, right?
Yes, sir. We have 2 grow facilities here in our we actually have 3 grow facilities here in our town. We have 2 dispensaries here, one in Idabel, one in Broken Bow. We're partnered up with Red Billy Distribution or Red Billy brand, and we'll be you can get Carter Creek in the West Siloam Springs store, the new Rolling store that just opened. And we just took over a new dispensary in Tulsa. It's a very big dispensary. I'm not going to say the name of it right now, but you'll see the Carter Creek brand in downtown Tulsa here real soon.
All right.
Then we're gonna try to expand to other towns across the state, because as soon as we harvest a crop, man, we get swallowed up 2 or 3 days. You know, there's not a lot of distribution down here in my neck of the woods, if that makes sense.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And for those that don't know, you'll look it up. Broken Bow is in the southeast Oklahoma, near the Tallahassee Mountains. Is that not correct? And it's a beautiful drive down there, but it's a rural area. It's really good for vacationing too, guys. So if you don't like, I like Eureka Springs. Broken Bow is an equivalent to it because it's really woody. It's really it's like Colorado. It's a vacation spot area, and that's really good with high quality cannabis as well. So like Carter Creek, Slim, like that is super amazing. Thank you so much for the intel of what's to come and what you're doing on your mission back there. Let's take it right next to the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Ed Rosenthal. Like, thank you so much for being on and hearing even this base here of genetics and things, and then you being able to come and speak. Like, thank you for coming to Oklahoma. Are you excited to be doing this again here?
He's got his mute on.
Oh, he's got his mute on.
I'll text him.
No, he just.
Yes, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think that Eric's shows are always exciting. Meet a lot of interesting people. Get to see new products. So I am excited to be there.
Heck yeah. And thank you for bringing your wealth of knowledge to a lot of people that are going to really expand, like even Slim. I know that I've gotten a couple of your books, and I'm not a grower yet. I'm going to do it personally, but just getting the knowledge and being around you, it just helps that much more validity. Let me ask you this. Can you elaborate a little bit on what you're about to drop on us, this personal seed bank? Like this, tell us about what you're coming into right now in Oklahoma.
I am going to be bringing some different hybrids of Superbud, and also probably some seeds generated by Humboldt Seed Company, which is a really fine seed company.
So excited to hear that. So excited to hear that. I mean, like, if you guys haven't made your way to listen to Ed speak, I had the pleasure of doing that in Arkansas, and it's a wealth of knowledge, things that you don't even think about. It just brings out, and it's natural. The man's been doing it forever. Let me ask you this: when did the plant touch you, Ed? When did it get to you and then become your?
Well, it was a long time ago. It was I was in college. Yeah. So
Long time ago, like in what, 10 years ago? Come on, talking about
oh,
college.
yeah,
You
yeah.
ain't that old.
Well, I've been involved in marijuana for more than 3 years. That's a pretty long.
For sure. Oh, this makes me so happy, man. Listen, Eric, so you've really set the bar at expos now. I mean, like you mentioned, you had Indo Expo, which I had the pleasure of going to. I remember one of those expos where it was a line out the door. I didn't know what it was for because I didn't understand any of seats or anything at that time. I was just
Right.
right. But to know that we shared that experience and now you've really taken that baton and you're really expanding it like tenfold. We're super excited about it. Let me ask you this. You have anything you want to tell the people as they're sitting here to close our show off with? Because I meant these two people that you brought here and the stories that are going to happen. I'm excited about. I'm going to be there, guys. We're going to be there filming. What do you have to say to the people watching it right now before they make their way to the show?
First of all, while I have the chance, I got to give you my website and Instagram, just so everybody knows. Okay. So it's
Good.
to find out updates on the show. The two best places is my website, ImperiousExpo.com.
Mm-hmm.
And the Instagram account is at Imperious Cannabis. Okay. So we update the Instagram daily. And so, man, thanks for having us on.
Thank you for coming on,
This was
man.
great. Yes. And so I'm just kind of losing my train of thought here. Redirect.
Listen, that's okay, because what we're gonna do is, guys, as you're watching, this is exclusive. Like, I mean, we're so blessed here at MCM to even have these connections. This is the first wave. This is gonna be promoted for the next 2 months. This is definitely check our Instagram, check our social media, check Imperious social media. We are going to be there. We're going to do interviews while we're there. We're going to carry this over, and we're looking at our collaboration to expand more of the wealth of knowledge of cannabis all the way around by A, the experience that you have, and B, by what we can show the world by doing it. And so, like, I'm stoked about it.
Something I did just think of what I'm going to try to do for the first time. Well, not really the first time, but I want to integrate the actual expo with the after party a little bit. Are we running out of time?
No, technology, and it's our first one, had to move the mouse out the way. That's all.
Oh, okay.
It was in your nose, so I got it moved.
Okay. So we're going to do a lot of fun things. We want to make sure that the expo and the after party run as seamlessly as possible, so it's a smooth transition. We had a great situation like that in Phoenix. Mm-hmm. It was all produced very well. Dazed. Oh, that's, give them a shout out. My buddy Dazed. Mm-hmm. Yeah, good brand. He's hosting the party.
Okay,
so
okay.
You could check them out. Check Dazed out at their Instagram is @_dazed NIN OKC. So Dazed in OKC. And they'll be doing the after party.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, host of the after party. Nice. And that after party is on, is there a Wednesday?
Friday night.
Okay. Friday night.
Yeah. Friday night at 7 p.m. To midnight. It's at the Farmers Public Market.
Okay.
Okay. And which you know better than I. It's just not too far from I'll always make sure the party's close to the show. And anyway, y'all have already heard so much from me. Is there anything else maybe Slim or Ed wants to leave with us? I think people are going to line up at both of their booths for various reasons.
Sure.
And I want to give them a chance to talk about things they want to drop before we end. But
yeah. Slim, what do you got? Anything you like to close and let them know about what to look forward to? Or
main thing is don't be scammed on Instagram. Like he was talking about, my real Instagram is Carter Creek Slim, and then Carter Creek Nation. Those are the two IGs that I got. And my Facebook is Aaron Clay, and it's got a little Carter Creek Facebook page on there. Our website is cartercreeknation.com. It just opened up today. It's been down. We've been fighting that thing for a year.
Congrats.
Don't
Let's
get
go.
scammed. I don't, I'm not that guy. I operate through emails and people I know, like I'm not out there. There's a lot of people that got scammed in our name this past year, and I apologize that happened, but it wasn't us.
And definitely check, folks watching, definitely check our status, check the different messages. We're going to have all of these links down here. So you can click on these links. You'll be able to be redirected to this education and this info. Ed, do you have a website? Do you have some words you want to leave the people? Oh, hit your mute for me, Ed.
Yes, you can get to all my sites from edrosenthal.com.
Okay, and we'll put that down there as well, guys. Yep. Listen, when you guys go in and check us out, like I said, you're going to have all this. Hold up. Got something we had to put on here real quick.
There we go.
And this one was Sasha had this one was a personalized one, which that's always good. But what I love seeing are things like this. And so that's the stuff that I'm not talking about. And so I wanted to say thank you, Ed, on behalf of my production team as well. We're looking forward to coming down. Slim, as always, it's a pleasure, my friend. I'm excited about the growth and what you're placing and putting in our Oklahoma market. Eric, there it is, bro. And I'm looking forward to coming down and hanging out, bringing the team down and exposing more of this, showing more of this. So that way we can continue to grow and get people to understand how to take their medicine and use quality things from quality resources.
Yeah.
So, man, with that, Dr. Sims, do you have anything? I asked these fine gentlemen stuff. What do you have? You have anything you'd like to say?
I'll have questions at the expo. So especially for Ed, I got a couple questions for him for later. So
that's going to be good.
I definitely got to get an autograph book or something from you too.
Yep.
So.
Oh, man, this is going to be good. We're super stoked. Guys, we appreciate you guys being on. Go ahead, Easy.
One thing, Slim brought up the scammers. We're all dealing with that. He did get hit really hard recently. I've witnessed that, and I get hit at my shows too. Drives me crazy. If anybody ever gets an email that says, would you like to buy the attendance list from Imperious Expo? That is a scam. I never sell my list. I never have, and I never will. I say never, but I don't sell that. They try to sell me my own list, and I email them back. Do you realize I own this? Anyway,
we've had to deal with it too. If you've been in business and you've had marketing and social media, you have had a name and you've had to fight some of these different nuances that are out there. And I could completely relate. Where do we get the tickets? That's the question. It's at the website?
Curious, yes. Oh, I should have mentioned this earlier. Can we announce something now? Can we put this in? So today we're going to begin. It's 2 weeks. A 2-week flash sale. We did this last time in Oklahoma. A growers free ticket giveaway. Okay. So go to my website, ImperiousExpo.com, or email me, Eric at ImperiousExpo.com. And if you have an OMMA number, you get 4 free tickets.
Let's go.
Yeah, so they got to sign up before April 15th. So free ticket giveaway. And then come April 15th, the tickets go back to normal price. It's only $50. I think I'm one of the cheapest in the business. I keep it capped at $50 a person for 2 days. That's valid for both.
2-day ticket for $50?
2-day ticket for $50, full access to all the speakers, all the exhibits, nothing extra, all that. So
all right.
That's what I wanted to say.
Guys, listen, this is going to be amazing. Follow through. Check the links down below. We are going to be there. You will have the real authorized social media handles in our link. And up until April 15th, growers can get those free tickets. Guys, we appreciate you being here. Slim, Ed, Easy E, Eric, thank you guys for joining us on MCM. I'm looking forward to seeing you at the expo and more exposure, more times. Thank you guys. All right. We're signing out. Folks, we appreciate you. We look forward to seeing you on our next show of MCM every Wednesday, 7 p.m. live. Check our stuff down. Dr. Sims, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Yo, let's go.
Yay.
Let's go. That's what's up. Guys, I mean, special shout out, definitely.
Right.
Community Sound Jam. You want to go every Thursday, Rabbit Hole, First and Elgin, downtown Tulsa. Community Sound, that's the name of the event. It is, if this is what you're getting, and this is only a sample of it. Like, I'm definitely going on Thursday to check it out. Oh, and it's from anywhere 9 to midnight, 9 to 11, 9 to 1,
2,
9 to when
whatever.
they get done is what I'm thinking. So, and
9 to close.
closing time. You don't edit that. That's good. Okay, so guys, thank you so much. We're going to end with them. That's going to be amazing. Doc, are you serious? I hope you guys enjoyed that little interview.
Was
I want to
awesome.
apologize,
That was
number
awesome.
one, about my closeness on the screen because I recognized it after I watched the video. But that's just great because this is live and it's ours and we can do what we want. So thank you guys for putting that in the comments and letting us know how we can always constantly improve. That's what we're about and that's what we're doing here. Definitely want to give a shout out to Eric Norton, good friend of mine, great man, but really what he's doing for the cannabis industry, putting it. Am I at the right camera? This one, right?
Over there.
All right, I'm at the right camera. It's the corner of my eye looking. Sorry, it freaks me out. Okay, so Imperious Cannabis Business Expo. This is in Oklahoma City at the Oklahoma City Convention Center, June 2nd and 3rd. There is an after party. You want to go to his website, ImperiousExpo.com. On that website, it has everything on there. But what's really awesome, if you're a grower, if you sign up right now in between, I think it's now in the 15th.
I think it's the 15th.
I think it's April 15th. If you sign up, you will get 4 free tickets. 4 free tickets if you're a grower.
Yep, if you're a grower.
If you're a grower. And
Licensed grower. Yep.
Definitely. So, Eric, shout out to
And then,
that. Thank you so
I know
much for that.
he limits the price on his tickets too for other people, for everybody else.
Correct.
So
it's
so it's
$50. I
$50
think
for
you
2
guys
days.
just watched it. $50 for 2
2
days.
days, yeah.
So that's
$50 for 2 days.
and you heard them about 80 to 90 vendors is what is to be expected. That's a lot of people there,
Right
a
now-
lot of
no, he had
businesses.
that right now. Remember, he's shooting for over 100.
Holy
so,
moly,
he's shooting
that's
for-
gonna be a lot of
He's trying to
people.
get like 180 or something.
Yeah,
That's what
hey,
he's
I
trying
tell you
to shoot
this,
for,
there's
so.
2. We gonna
Yeah.
be there.
We'll be
So
there.
we'll have a booth there. You'll definitely want to come and check that out. Special shout out to Slim, aka Aaron over there with Carter Creek Cannabis down at a Broken Bow. Super excited to hear his story. Super excited to learn more about what they're doing and how that grassroots company is now making its way national. That's what this is about. And of course, I mean, we can't not the keynote speaker, Mr. Ed Rosenthal, aka Guru of Ganja.
Yep.
I don't need to make up and throw any other name out there. He already has a name.
Yep.
He's the Guru of Ganja. You're definitely going to want to be there. Ed, thank you so much for taking the time to sit with us on that interview as well, and we look forward to seeing him. Again, ImperiousExpo.com. June 2nd, June 3rd. Go and check it out. It's going to be great. I hope to see you all there. That's going to be awesome. That was a good time, a good
That
interview,
was
too.
Such a good interview.
And we got more interviews coming with them. That was only a preview. So
Yep.
we've got way more in-depth things happening with them that we're super excited about. Let's go into some current events real quick, right? I mean, we're every Wednesday. Can't wait to see who we have on next week. I'm not going to give an idea. You'll see it. But we're going to have some good people on next week, as we always do. Thank you to the back-end team. It's the beginning of April, Q2,
Yep.
right? We're
Spring.
starting
Coming
spring.
into spring. Yep.
April showers. We've got Easter happening this week.
Yep.
We've got
Sunday, Easter Sunday. Just saying.
That's what's happening. That's one of the things going on. We've got First Friday happening. Definitely check out Studio 30. They're doing a lot of different things. You've got 420 coming up this month. 420 is going to be just
Off the hook. Just saying.
it's going to be something, I can tell you that. And so there will be a plethora of different parties and things happening there. Then we go into May. We've got, actually, you've got a booth happening in a sale, right? You have, what's this thing
Well,
happening?
the flea market's this weekend.
Okay, flea market.
Yeah, the Tulsa Flea Market at the Expo Center.
Yep.
So at the fairgrounds. So,
Doc is a collector
once-
and a
once
seller,
month,
so
Yep,
I hope
we'll be
I
there.
said that properly.
And it's the oddity show too this weekend. So,
Okay. Those are things
shout
that
out to
are
the
happening.
oddity show. So that's a crazy time there. Ooh, they got some crazy shit.
I can
Man.
believe it.
Okay.
I don't know, but I would take your word
They have-
for
they
it.
have- they have interesting things.
And then
Definitely.
we've got what other cannabis things happening?
We've got May happening. We got Memorial Day coming up. Then again, the expo. Really, that's other than our show, that's the most important things you guys need to pay attention to. So definitely go to our website. Go follow us on all of our pages, all of our links. Definitely follow the people that we're talking about, not just right now, but look them up. We're gonna have Community Sound Jam. They will have their Insta, all their stuff is on our info. Studio 30 THC2. If you're needing a license being renewed, thinking about it, little endless plug there. Definitely give them a call. www.thc2.com. We'll make sure that the patients are taken care of by yours truly, Dr. Jason Sims. And I really think that's it, right? I mean, honestly, the interview we just gave was really all we had to do. Like, I mean, with this band right here,
Right.
I'm just really wanting to keep jamming. You know what I mean?
Well, we got to
And
meet
so-
them. Let's meet them though.
No.
Let's meet.
Oh,
let's
yeah,
meet the
you know
band.
what? Let's meet
do
the
that.
band. Can we do that? Can we meet the band? Hey, can we meet the band? Yeah. Hey, can we meet the band? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I don't have a microphone to go over there.
This one.
Oh, they already have. Hey, they got a
have a
mic
mic.
already connected up there. Who did that?
Just talk loud.
Damn, Daniel. Let that
Right.
room.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
There's a
My
boom.
team. Let me tell you, the team that we have back here, Dave and Sasha are
comes the
amazing,
boom.
and I can't give them enough credit. Y'all don't get to see everything. Super professional, but they've done some things to this set. Shout out to my production team, MCM. They're amazing. Dave and Sasha in the background. Andrew chilling over there, always plugging us up, doing well. And then Stoner Sam is here. Stoner Sam is back. She will be back on next week. We will have some products for her to sample and brands to talk about. So welcome home, Stoner Sam. We're super happy to have you back. Super ready to get her back on the screen. I think it'll be good getting people out there. And so, hey, okay, yeah, this is awesome.
getting
I
it.
love all of that.
They're getting the microphone set
Okay,
up.
so let's talk about Doc real quick while we're switching over before we meet the band, right? Last week you went to Colorado.
Yep, we
right?
did.
We
We did.
sure did.
We
I say
did.
you did. We did.
Yeah, we went to Colorado.
We went to
yeah.
Colorado and we went to the Indo Expo.
Expo,
Or
yeah.
excuse me, it was the
No,
NOCO
no,
Expo.
NOCO.
Forgive
Yeah,
me.
we went to
forgive
Indo
me.
a long time ago.
Correct.
So,
for real.
yeah,
that
it was a NOCO.
Forgive me.
Yeah.
We talked about that in the interview.
NOCO Expo at the Broadmoor.
Broadmoor,
wow,
Colorado
that was crazy.
Springs.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And what
We had a
was
good
tell the people about that expo. So we were talking about Imperius. We just gave an insight about what's going to happen at that business expo. We went to a hemp expo.
Yeah.
Tell people what you liked from your standpoint of
Oh,
going
it
to
was,
that hemp expo.
yeah. So we actually were able to learn a lot, see some really cool stuff, see some really cool machines.
Definitely.
That, for processing. And for cultivating and for all that kind of stuff. They had all that stuff there, and then all the different products that they made. I mean, there's 50,000 uses for hemp. So
Yes.
And I don't know if they had them all there, but they had a lot of them. So and so we got to meet a lot of people. We probably spoke to every single person at every single booth.
I believe we did.
at that expo. We got a lot of cool stuff going. We got some characters made. That was
I got my first character.
Yeah, we got some characters made for us.
Listen,
So,
we're
yeah.
going to show you guys. Come next week, I'm going to bring some
we'll bring
little
some.
show and tells
Yeah.
of what we had and found at the expo. So when we talk about medical cannabis, it doesn't just mean medical cannabis with THC. We have a lot with hemp as well, and hemp gives you your CBD, and then you also have your delta 8s, 9s, cannabinoids, all of the other things that happen in there. But what's beautiful about hemp, like Doc was saying, there's a plethora of different uses. So being able to go in and see. Did you take the utensils? You remember
Yeah,
the
I did.
utensils?
Mhm.
They have
I have
hemp.
them.
They
Yeah, I
have
took
hemp utensils. So your hemp fork, your hemp paper. That was
Hemp
really
knife
cool
and
to see.
spoon,
Hemp knife and spoon
straw
was in
and-
there.
yeah.
The straws was in there.
Yep.
Then you went into
It was in hemp paper.
Hemp paper. They had the hemp machines, so you can so they can process it, break down, so you can get the herd, which is where you make pet beds. So seeing pet beds, and then even
Pets
the
and animal-
pet protein,
Yeah, animal feed.
animal
like
feed,
horses
yes,
and
for
stuff.
horses,
Yeah.
for
It was
chickens,
wild.
for
Just
cows.
making it right there.
It was in one machine,
Yeah.
just being made in
Just
front of us
like it
from the
was just coming
seeds.
out.
That was
Yeah.
super unique seeing
wild.
that.
Yeah.
I think something else that really got me excited was learning about the genetics and learning that how the seeds in hemp grow completely different
Yeah.
everywhere. So there's specific seeds in Texas that are being worked with the Texas A&M hemp program, and that's in a very dry, hot area, right? And then you've got, or area, excuse me. Then you've got Oklahoma, which is very similar to that, but Kansas,
Yeah.
completely different.
Totally different.
Nebraska, Idaho, Wyoming, Kentucky,
Colorado.
Every one of those places are so different. And so what was very interesting to me was how we're still in an early part of the game that we're recognizing what can be maximized in what region. And now knowing what we can have here in Oklahoma to bring to Oklahoma and give options with, medical cannabis and hemp in general was really intriguing to me. Not only that, they have a lot of things going for the bioplastics.
Yeah.
So biochar right now being broken down where you can now utilize this in substitution of things. The durability of it, we've seen where they were making the steel beams that are going to be in buildings. And so substituting wood beams for this biochar plastic combination was absolutely unique to watch that.
It was really cool.
And then you've got, again, all of the different causes, all of the different products that were already being made
So
from.
many. Patagonia was even there. I mean, with their
Oh,
whole hemp
didn't
line.
say that.
Patagonia even has their own hemp line.
They have
clothing.
their own
Yeah.
whole hemp line. I mean,
Yep.
overalls, hats, shirts,
Coats,
jackets, gloves,
Gloves,
socks,
yeah.
underwear.
Yep.
Patagonia was live
Yeah.
there, and it was a whole.
It was
huge,
wild.
It was that I almost forgot about them. They were
Yeah.
that was really huge right
I mean,
there.
remember the guy playing the hemp guitar too.
Oh, okay.
Hemp
So
guitar
NoCo,
with the hemp amp.
you know what? We're going to end up showing
Yeah.
you guys some of this next week.
Yeah.
We're going to get it
It was
filmed
wild.
and edited, and we're going
It
to
was
get
cool.
it cut into probably the pre-roll, and we'll make some mentions of it. But the NoCo Hemp Group has a place where they've made guitars. They've also made the amps, and so everything that was being played was made of hemp. Other than like the strings, obviously, but this man was jamming, just like my guy here jamming. And so when you guys see it, it's absolutely amazing. What else was so? Oh, you know what really stuck out to me? Also, this water in a can.
Yeah. Canned
I don't know,
water.
canned water. I mean, obviously, we all drink water, right? But canned
plain water. Just plain
canned
plain,
water,
pure, clean,
pure water.
filtered
This isn't
water.
this isn't a seltzer. This isn't this is plain Jane. I don't even know if it was creek water, coming off of.
Hopefully it's not.
I mean,
but-
well, not creek, but Coors Light was up
Oh,
there.
yeah, yeah,
Coors
yeah,
Springs,
like
there.
mountain spring water.
Mountain
We don't
spring
know.
water is what I
Yeah,
meant
yeah.
by that.
Yeah,
Yes,
we don't
and
know.
so super unique. So I mean, the Hemp Expo was great, and like what I was saying, I think expos are great for people to attend because if you don't know about something, the best way to go is to go to an expo because you can pay as a business, you can pay as an individual, and you're going to meet business owners, you're going to meet reps, you're going to actually get samples, you're going to get things to really make a decision on, and I think it's really unique. I love the business expos because I learn something all the time, but I think it's going to be amazing to go and see Eric's Business Expo. So again, guys, Imperious Expo. Definitely want to check it out, ImperiousExpo.com. The expo is June 2nd through the 3rd. Well, why did I say that? It's 2 days. June 2nd and 3rd. You can email Eric. It's actually on the website. You have his 2 keynote speakers, the big ones. Let me rephrase that. The keynote speakers that he has on the website are Ed Rosenthal, the guru of ganja, and then he also has Aaron Smith, the CEO of the NCIA. And so that right there is going to be absolutely amazing. And then also you're going to have Carter Creek, Aaron talking about his story, and I think there's a plethora of speakers. Again, if you're a grower, definitely you want to go in and
Get those free
your
tickets,
tickets,
yeah.
man.
Get
Get
those
your
free
tickets
tickets.
before April 15th. You get 4 tickets, so you definitely want to check that out. If you have any information or questions, definitely just ask. It's down there. We're going to have it all in our stuff. Everything is there. Again, Imperious Expo, check them out. And definitely keep us a follow. Let other people know. Share, like, all that jazz. All right? And so, okay, I think we're ready, right?
We're gonna meet the
are we
band.
ready?
Yeah,
Are we
let's meet the
ready to
band.
meet the band, guys?
Yeah, we're gonna meet the band.
Yeah, let's
Yay.
meet the band, guys. Like, come on, guys. I'm at the Community Sound Jam. Like, first off, I love the name. I think the name is awesome. Would you give us an intro and how long you been playing your instrument?
The Community Sound Jam has been going around for probably about 10 years now. I was there from
Wow.
the beginning. Yeah, it's been about 4 or 5 different venues now over Tulsa. This is Joey Blackbeard Lynch right here. He's been coming around for the past about a couple of years now, 3, 4 years.
Okay.
One, yeah. About
Uno mas. Uno
one
mas.
year. 1 year be sounding like 2 years
One,
sometimes.
Hey.
16.
Oh yeah, and then this is Savannah. We called her Myrtle Beef, which is pretty cute.
I like
Yeah,
that.
she played or drummer chick. And I'm Lawrence. I go by Lolo. Obviously, I play the bass.
I thought that was. Listen, I know Lawrence, guys. This goes back. Like as I was sitting there looking, I was like, man, I know
Yeah,
this
I've been
guy.
around for a while,
Yeah,
but,
Lawrence.
you know.
I like live music, and I've been out for a long time, and I've went all the way around Tulsa. I have a lot of friends that are musicians. I know Lawrence, and now that you pull his
Thanks,
hat
Barry,
up,
man.
it's been
Yeah,
a while,
I
bro.
know, it has been,
Welcome
has been.
back, bro. Let's go.
And it's so funny because this jam has been going on so long. You know, your other musician, Jason Bauer, that does it. I met him through this jam. So it's like this jam has connected musicians. We've all met through this jam, and it's the purest jam in Tulsa, all made up on the spot. And people sign up. You can come in if you come in early. Sign up on the list, and we get you on the stage, and you jam with musicians right off the cuff, just like that.
Yes, Lawrence. Let's
So,
go, Lawrence.
It's the
I
purest
like that.
jam in Tulsa, and I've loved it, and I've been there since the beginning, and so it's good.
makes me
It's
happy.
good to watch it grow and have so many players. So come on out.
Heck yeah, guys, that's it right there. And look, I look forward to having them out more. I think it's going to be amazing to get you guys to be seen more and then get that.
Yeah, thanks
vibe.
for letting us come on, man. It was cool, and Sasha too. I met him at the jam, so it's all.
Listen,
yeah,
and Sasha, again,
that's the man over
Our
there.
back guy, like you don't. I can't give my team enough credit, but they are so talented in multiverse. And Sasha's a drummer, and so like he does some damage. But I'm gonna get these two on one day, guys. We're gonna get these two
For
on
sure, yeah.
but,
Get his drums over here, man.
I'm
We'll
telling you,
have a
you
drum
know.
session right here.
Man, and Lawrence, I first off, let me just go ahead and commend you because it's not that I just now was just seeing when you pull the hat up, bro. That's
He was
what's
like,
good.
what's
I
his
looked, I was
name
like,
again?
man. I was
What
like,
is his
looked, I
name
was
again?
Like, man, I know this guy. I've seen him. How do I know him? And I like I said, I go to the music. I love live music. I just think the artistry of people playing and being themselves and it's beautiful.
real, man.
I have
It's
to
real,
give
definitely.
I have to give major kudos. I got to give major flowers. This man has been doing this. He said 10 years, but he's been doing it more than that. This man has taught a lot of people.
I have.
He has been everywhere, and I got to give him his flowers because when we talk about the music scene in Tulsa,
Hey, we'll be back, man. We'll come back. We need.
This is cat.
I like this. This is
hey,
cool.
let's go, man. Thank you guys for it. I love it. So, like, listen. With that being said,
might have to
you
let
guys
it
gave us an intro. Can you give us an outro? Can you guys lead us out of this bad boy? Guys, this is MCM. I'm Perry Jones III. This is Dr. Jason Sims. Every Wednesday, 7 p.m., we are live. Pay attention to the cannabis in Oklahoma right here from MCM. Take us out, guys. And we are here, folks. It is wonderful Wednesday evening, and you know what time it is. It's 7 p.m., and we are live with the MCM, Medical Cannabis Marketplace. I am your host, Perry Jones III, and as you notice, these seats are a little empty today. That's all right, though, because, you know, we're always pivoting. This is a beautiful time right now. Unfortunately, Dr. Sims is a little under the weather. I know, a doctor being sick. That's okay. I gave him a checkup. We're good. He's medicating. It's going to be great. And then we had unfortunate travel issues. We did have B-Leaf, or excuse me, it is B-Leaf, right? I thought so. Okay, B-Leaf with Rasta with B-Leaf, and he is a geneticist that is actually going to be at the Imperious Expo, and that's going to be so amazing because I believe he's one of the main speakers. I need to follow that up, but I know I've seen his genetics all over the place. I was so excited to catch up with him. No worries. He is going to be back, and we're going to get him back on. So with that being done, we made a huge quick pivot because the team in the back is absolutely fucking amazing, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a recap tonight, guys. We're going to do a recap over the last 14 shows. We pulled some of the different people that we have brought up, some of the different guests, and you guys are going to get a recap of those people. And I'm super excited to highlight some of the artists and some of the growers and some of the different business owners that we've had on previous, because that's actually what this show is about. You may have forgotten, or you may now just catch on to what we're doing, but we like to highlight those people. And let me tell you this, we have got the band back. The Community Sound Band. And I know you know. If you don't know, you'll go back and watch about 3 episodes ago, but you ain't got to because they're here. So we're going to bring them on after we do some of these recaps, and you guys are going to catch it. And I'm telling you, that's a wave that you don't want to miss. I promise you. And so, folks, I just want to let you guys know we are so excited about you guys signing on with us. We are so excited about you guys following us. This is our 15th show, and I have to tell you, that means something. Not everybody gets to do that. And then another thing, hey, great shot, Sasha. That was awesome. He's like a little, John Starks over there. Like I think he was about 75% shooter. Don't judge me on that. You can look that up. I don't know. But he is a local guy. And so, AKA, shout out John Starks right there, Tulsa man. It's going to be great. But what I mean to tell you guys is that thank you guys. Thank you guys for following us. Thank you for liking us. Thank you for sharing us. If you haven't done those first 2 or the last 2, please go and do that right now. Like, subscribe, share, let people know what is happening. And like I said before, we have got an amazing band on tonight. You missed them a couple weeks ago, but you'll see them tonight. Community Sound Band. And let me tell you, they play, I want to say it's every Thursday, downtown Tulsa at the Rabbit Hole. And the Rabbit Hole is in downtown. And let me tell you, downtown's amazing. It is growing. It is going bananas. And the Rabbit Hole itself is really opening up and having a lot of different music. And I mean, when you bring a band like this band in there, forget about it. Sorry, that wasn't. Yes, it was. You know what I'm saying. So, guys, listen, our first take of who we have coming up on our recap is actually a great friend of ours. She started in the industry when we started. Actually, I say that because we were the first cannabis business. THC2, the Higher Care Clinic, was the first cannabis business to get a billboard in Tulsa. And then right after that was this brand right here, and that's Feel This Cosmetics. And maybe not cosmetics, but really like the rubs and her lotion, her chapstick and lotion, absolutely amazing. Asthma White Killer, that is her name. She is amazing, and that is who we're going to recap as our first recap. And let me tell you, again, feel this. You do want to feel this because her products are awesome. If you don't know about them, definitely look them up. Check down below. See where it is, and they're CBD products as well, so that means that they're national, and you can use this anytime. And like I said, the rub is crazy. The chapstick, amazing. Listen, I ain't got to tell you more. Go and check this out. We'll be back with you here shortly. Community Sound, me, and happy Wednesday, guys. We'll see you in just a second. Guys, welcome back. Oh, my gosh, listen. You know, we brought up the heavy hitter. Asthma, let me tell you guys, was feeling this. And this brand here.
I'm a light hitter.
She's a light hitter, she says. Knocking things down. She's been in the game for a good amount of time, right? And I say this because I remember this is this is the first butter that was on the shelves that I remember at the start of this. Why? Because we've helped a plethora of patients. And so when I seen it and then I still see it going, it's a testament to a person's belief, a person's commitment, and then consistency. And that's what I can speak about this young lady who's up here with us next. Miss Esma, like, welcome. Thank you so much for blessing us with your presence today.
Thank you.
For sure,
excited
for
to be
sure.
here.
Oh man, listen, I mean, I can speak highly all day, but I like when people speak about themselves, right? And
Thank you.
So you're so welcome. Why don't you go ahead and tell these lovely folks about your brand and who you are and what's going on, what you got going here.
I just have something that can help anybody in the household feel good. So, babies to grandparents, men, women. It's an all-inclusive product, and the whole brand revolves around this one.
Okay, this is the first. This is the bread and butter, and it's a massage butter. But what's beautiful about this, because I mean, I use it. So remember, folks, while you guys watch us, a lot of these people that we bring on this show, we're developing relationships with, or we may have relationships with. And these are things that we use or people that we like and products that we've loved. And this is one of them. I personally use this in my home. My sons use it. My nieces use it. My wife uses it. And it's CBD infused, and I love it. And I think that with that being in there, what's beautiful is it's shiny, but it's not oily residuey, and I just love it because it absorbs
And if you
so
just
fast.
massage it in there a little bit,
Literally.
give yourself some love.
Yes.
I have a massage therapist that no, she's a therapist.
Okay. She's a
Okay?
therapist.
She's a mental health therapist and coach.
Okay.
Actually, she gifted my products to some of her clients to help them use it as a product, yes, but as something to work with. You know what I mean? Because in therapy, they give you all these tools for you to
use.
use, you know, with whatever you're struggling with. And it was something like to guide them, like, you know, to feel your emotions and then like let it go. But it's like
It's a
physical,
release.
yeah.
It's a physical tool
So
that you can use.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool, and that was one of the latest things. But yeah, this is my baby. You know?
What I love about your baby is your baby isn't ugly. I can tell you that right now.
Thank you.
It's used for all skin types.
Beautiful.
Thank you very much. And so when you're using all skin types, my brother has eczema, and utilizing this helped him to not have to use the steroid as much. And so the thing is with most steroids, as people, if you don't know, they're addictive as well. And so once you have that going into your system, you won't have to use as much, and that decreases the effect of it. And so using this as a substitute and helping with the decreasing of the steroid, this is that product. And so like, wow, this is your baby. This damn thing is amazing. And look at my beautiful fingers. I just, bam.
See, it
boom, look at
absorbed
that.
it after
did. That's
just a second.
That's not the 5 fingers to the face. I'm not Dave Chappelle, but this is great, right? And so we go in from there to this other product, which I really do like this product too. Before I don't have no crusties. I did it. I used it. This is the lip balm. And this lip balm is made with real cannabis fats, fresh and raw ingredients. And I love it because it's not like waxy. You know what I mean? Like there's some you put on and it's just like you're tasting wax. Not a terpene infused wax either, Miss Mary. Not that at all. But it's just waxy. And so I really do enjoy this. But what I'm excited about you to talk about is your latest project. Would you be able to, this is the first in the market in Oklahoma that I've seen. I know it is. Would you be able to tell people about this beautiful package right here?
So,
Can you zoom in on that? Where are we at? Check this out. This is the first on, guys. I mean, like I said, we're bringing some powerhouses in here. We've got some women that are doing amazing things in their genre, their essence, their fields, and they're innovators all the way around. This right here is chewing gum, CBD-infused chewing gum, guys. We went from terpenes, we went from nano-infused, we went from quality flower to CBD gum. Come on, girl.
So Dr. Sims kind of teed it up earlier.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Yep. That was the layup. Bam.
But
Doc,
it's
shout out Dr. Jason Sims, THC2.
it's made with some nano water soluble.
Okay.
So
Wow.
the way it works is you're delivering the medicine in a low dose through your mouth.
Okay.
So for everybody that has kidney and liver issues and things like that, they're able to bypass the digestive system as a whole and just go straight through.
Straight in.
So for people with like high anxiety, anger issues, so kids that lack focus, it's a low
that's a
dose.
good-
It's
that's
not
a
a product
good-
that's going to get you stoned. It's
Right.
it's real medicine. I'm using CBD. I do have Delta 8 too because
Okay.
I wanted the 2 different flavors on there.
Which flavors do we have?
So the CBD is lemon mint, and then
the other one is
sour berry.
sour berry. All right, watch out now. I like lemon stuff anyways. Kind of like that animal lemon. We're not going to talk about that right now. We're going to try it later, though. It's going to be good. And then some of this lemon. Sorry, it was a little too much. We're going to do it. Okay, so this is amazing. Even what you were just mentioning about the kids, right?
Yeah.
I think that's a great approach in your product and that product approach going from any patient, but really specializing where a child with an
Kids.
anxiety or an attention disorder, don't want to say disorder, or attention problem issue, to have a way that is non-opiate, that is non-addictive, right? That can actually see the increase or the change in that person or that child almost immediately with nano, because it's very fast acting. That's very,
So like as you're chewing it,
it's
after
dissolving
10,
and going
15
in.
minutes, you've absorbed it. So,
Oh, man.
So it's real nice. You're meant to be. I'm a human being.
Right.
We're all human beings, and human beings are. We're designed to create.
Yes.
So this was just something. I was looking at the market. And when I first got into the industry
Yeah.
with my skincare, I've been doing my skincare 10 years, but when I got into the industry, it was because people told me I couldn't. So I wanted to prove them wrong. But I also had no business plan, no capital, none of the 1, 2, 3s.
Right.
And I got my behind kicked pretty good. You know what I mean?
But you had the
even
vision.
Even though I built a brand, and even though I got into a lot of retail stores, I had to really learn some hard lessons. And in the middle of that, I pretty much just meditated. Did a lot of alone time, did a lot of just figuring out why it is that I'm doing this and that. And
Your why.
and next thing you know, one thing led to another. So
Call that the transition.
it's like healing inside and out.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do a slogan with that soon, but
Healing inside and out.
know.
I like that. Did I
It's
say
true,
that
you know what I
earlier?
mean? Like, I don't
think
know.
I said that earlier.
maybe you
are
did.
stealing
It's something you
something?
say. It's something we say probably
I'm
in
just
this.
playing.
I don't know.
I
But-
think it's like-minded, like when you have that.
Yeah.
And you're right. When
But just between the topical and something that you ingest,
in multiple forms too, because you get out of that bath, it'll be good out of a bath soak, some butter. That's right. That's how you combine all that, and then you know what you have in your glass, that infuser. That's right, and then you know what you have in your cone. That good, yeah, girl. This is good, guys. This is amazing. Let me tell you this. I commend you, number one, for doing exactly what you just last stated. Following a vision, right? Not having the 1, 2, 3s, not thinking about, I got it in there? How about that? Hold on. There we go. Yeah.
oh, that's beautiful.
This is what's beautiful about live shows, guys. I get to do it right in front of you. Bam! All right, there we go. So, back to what I was saying. Huge testament. Huge congratulations. And really I applaud you, because just like the other women that are on here, having a vision is one thing, executing is another. And then trying, failing, adjusting, and getting back on it to keep coming out. That's not what most do. And that's why
Yep.
a lot of people don't survive in business, because they're not made for the grit. But when you have your passion and your why figured out, it doesn't matter about what's going on. You're doing it for a bigger purpose. And I bet, and I can say that to all of the guests that we've had on here tonight and the ones that we bring on here, that's probably the common trait attribute that everyone has, is that they have a vision, and everyone's story is different, but they're all the same.
Yep.
They're all the same. We have something we're passionate about, and this is what we're going in on, and this is what I believe. And so I just want to, same thing. I'm just so fucking happy to have you here, girl.
Thank
So
you.
fucking happy. Before I let you go, it's
I'm
my
grateful.
favorite question. My favorite question is, when did the plant touch you?
I was in Fresno,
Hey, Cali.
you know,
Okay. SFE, one of my faves.
and it was the classic hot box in a car, go to Taco Bell, and I
Double
didn't,
decker taco.
I didn't go to
Watch out.
class because I had too much. You know what I mean? It was my
Mm-hmm.
1st time, and it was like a full roll blunt. So that was the first time I ever consumed cannabis, and I just couldn't go to class. You know what I mean? I just remember like I stepped down, and the ground was like lower than what it was.
Yeah.
But you know, you build your tolerance and everything. So I'm going to refer back to Dr. Sims.
Mm-hmm.
I consume all day, every day, but you can't tell that I'm
Medication.
any kind of anything because I know what I need to be able to function, right? So,
You figured out your regiment.
yep. So, and everybody's different.
Correct. And I mean, shout out Dr. Sims being on, and a testament to everybody that's on. The one thing I can tell you, if you haven't heard it and you're not listening, is find your regiment. Write the stuff down. See what you like. Figure it out. And then once you figure it out, go with it. You'll be the best possible version of yourself. And I think that's the sum I take away from this bad boy here. And so, listen, I am so happy that you're able to bless us with this today.
Thank you.
Thank you for the products. I look forward in the next 3 months that I can do a follow-up with you to see how this gum and everything is going. You know, I'm about to get ready to go over here and smack on some myself here in just a minute. How can people find your products? Where can we go and get them?
You know, social media. I run all my social media on my website. So,
Okay.
Feel This Skincare, 1S. Or I have QR codes on my products and things like that. So they'll be able to just scan it and get on there. But it's foodforyourskin.com.
Foodforyourskin.com.
It's foodforyourskin.com.
Oh, I thought you meant.
Remember the
it's the
ITS?
website.
It's
That's
foodforyourskin.com.
it. Sorry.
That's
Okay.
that's what's in here. It's food for your skin. So .com. That's the best way to get a hold of me.
Okay.
And thank you so much.
Heck yeah, girl, you know it. And listen, like I said, look forward to catching back up with you on the next wave. funk. I like that. Boy, let me tell you, when Community Sound Band graces us with their presence, I get excited. That sounds a little sultry, but it's the truth, all right? I get, my chest all puffed out like the cock that I am, the big cock in the building. It's only because we have chickens and roosters across the street. I felt obliged to say that. But yes, that's me. I'm sticking my chest out. I got my feathers out. Community Sound Band in the building, baby. Let's go. Guys, thank you. Guys, welcome back. Welcome back. Listen, what did you think? I hope you guys got down there and you put some things in the comment. Leave your questions. Leave your comments, like thumbs up, likes, like any type of things that you may think about what we're doing. I'll tell you this, Esma, you're amazing. And she and her group, guys, get that product. You do want to try that. If there's something out in the market, feel this is a great product. And I stand by it because it's in my household, but she's also a great woman, and she's leading another charge and has been doing it for a while. Esma, thank you so much for blessing us with your presence. Can't wait to follow up with her, and this is going to be amazing. Guys, again, Community Sound Band every Thursday, downtown Tulsa at the Rabbit Hole. It's going to be great. You do want to check them out. And then you can catch them with us. We're going to get better at putting on who our musical guests are going to be as well. Because, again, 15 shows in, nothing is set in stone. This is not cement. This is a really muddy water, and we know how to swim in that bitch. So, excuse me for my American there. Guys, listen, next up who we're doing a recap on is one of my personal favorites. Oh, it's me. That's kind of funny. It's me and Dr. Sims talking about modalities, and you get to hear from the medical standpoint, which is amazing because what better way to learn the information but from professionals? And he is a doctor. He didn't just get that overnight. And let me just confirm that. He is a doctor, meaning like he went to medical school and had to put the hours in and got his doctorate and did his did all of his residency, that type of doctor. I don't mean the doctor that just allows you to go online, take a couple of questions, you get the quiz, pass at 70%, it allows you to retest it, then you get to print your certificate off at the end, and now you're a specialist, which that happens. And so just so you know, Dr. Sims, guys. Jason Sims at THC2 talking about modalities. Again, questions, thoughts, concerns, comments, leave them down there. Like, share, subscribe. Let people know. We'll see you in just a little bit, guys. Man, Doc, thank you for joining us today, Doc. I'm so happy to have you on today. Welcome to Medical Cannabis Marketplace, the place where we market cannabis, right? And information. And so tonight's episode, guys, we've got Doc on because we wanted to talk about, as you guys have kind of caught wind of all the conversations, modalities, right? There's a plethora of different modalities. Our state has the fastest growing market, I would think, in the country. It could be because we're here that I would say I'm biased, but actually it's not. We're in multiple states in my other businesses within the cannabis industry, the Higher Care Clinic being one of them. Shameless plug, dropped it. There you go. If you need your recommendation or renewal, $75.25, www.thc2.com. Just threw that in there. Sorry about that. I've always wanted to be that guy on the radio. It's like that one guy's voice at the end of every car show, right? You know, or the movies. But anyways, so we wanted to talk about the different modalities that are happening and the opportunities of products for patients. And who knows better than, of course, doctor, right? But also Dr. Sims, who helps to formulate different products for patients in the CBD aspect. So that's really cool. So Doc, as a doctor, what would you think about the ability and the availability of all the different modalities right now?
Right. Well, I mean, there's a plethora of stuff out there, right now.
Right.
I mean, you can't, if any way you want to try to use this stuff or think you want to use this stuff or have it in your head or have an idea how to use it, it's out there. So, I mean, there's everything from, from of course the flower for smoking of any
inhalation,
number of, ways, all the way up to, the topicals with even including in suppositories.
Suppositories.
I mean, there's all kinds of stuff.
Suppositories, for those that don't know, because I'm not lying to you, completely transparent, because this is a live show. And you're going to know me. Up until me and Doc partnered a few years ago, unless you're familiar with things or you get privy to that information or you have an experience, right? You don't know about different things. I didn't know what a suppository was, right? I'm not going to say my age because my birthday's next month, but up until a few years ago, I didn't know what it was. And so for the folks that are maybe watching out here and they don't know what that is, Doc, would you be able to explain to people what, I'm not the doctor here, and I don't think that's my cup of tea to do that.
So,
Suppository.
Suppositories are just another way to use things. Cannabis can be one of them, and it's usually inserted into the rectum. And
Fast
it's
acting, right?
Yep, very fast acting, and actually doesn't go to your head as much.
And
most
why
of the time.
is it so fast acting?
So because
people know?
because it's going directly through into the mucous membranes into the bloodstream.
Bloodstream,
So,
that's
yeah,
why.
So but it usually stays right there, in those areas. So
Okay.
so suppositories, either intrarectal or intravaginal, can really help with pain down there. Pelvic pain, endometriosis, prostate problems, that kind of stuff.
It doesn't
really
have to
help in those
bypass
places.
anything, right?
Right, because it's right there. Because
Okay.
it's going, right in that area, really close.
So folks thinking about different modalities, like when he had made mention of the inhalation, right? Obviously that's going in your bloodstream, going into your lungs, going into your brain, right? And then we went into the suppositories, right? Did you mention edibles
I haven't
yet?
mentioned anything.
Okay, go ahead,
I haven't
ahead.
mentioned anything yet. What are you talking about? So we just started talking about it. So yeah, we'll start over. We'll
Go ahead, go back,
let's
start over.
let's
You're the
with- let's
doctor.
go
I
with
mean,
the
what am I doing here?
With the inhalation first. So the inhalation, so that's smoking, vaping, those type of things where you're bringing it into through your lungs. So
Dabbing.
inhalation.
Yes.
So dabbing is a form of vaping, truthfully. So because
Okay,
you're superheating a concentrated form of THC, possibly with CBD as well, but you're turning into a vapor. So
Yeah.
so you're inhaling it.
Okay.
So all the different ways to do that. Like I said, smoking. So you're talking joints and pre-rolls and bongs and pipes and all those other types of things there.
Vaporizers, all that jazz.
And then you got the vapes. You got two different kinds
Pitch
of vapes.
hitters, yeah.
You got the oil vapes, and then you have the dry vapes. So the oil
Oh,
vapes
yeah,
are
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah. I
cartridges,
forgot about
like
the
they were
dry
talking about
vapes.
a little bit
Okay.
ago. But the oil cartridges, are formed with concentrated, cannabis. To be able to heat it up, it's actually, they call it vaporizers. It's really not. Most of them are atomizers, which basically
Atomizers.
heats it into a smaller particle, and so you
Okay.
can inhale it. And
Okay.
then
Particles.
right,
Breaking
then
them down.
Then the dry vape is going to be using the actual flower, using a dry herb vaporizer, just heat up the flower into a vapor and then breathing it in, which is super clean, super smooth. Really, truthfully, is probably the preferred way to do it and especially for a lot of people that have problems smoking it, because either asthma, COPD, but they want to get something fast acting, and all inhalation, of course, is fast acting.
Okay,
So
okay,
we're
okay.
talking in time of onset from instantaneous to 15 minutes. 15 minutes is where it hits its peak, and usually lasts 90 minutes to 2 hours. If you're feeling something, now the carryover effect with all this stuff can last for anywhere from hours to days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
carryover
yeah,
effect,
yeah.
just how it affects your endocannabinoid system. But the effect, the feelings from it are going to last 90 minutes to an hour for inhalation.
Okay.
And then, like I said, I tell all the patients, and we have it on our videos and everything, that, once you take that first puff, or you take one puff, then wait that full 15 minutes, before you do something else, especially if you're not used to it, because it can take 15 to 20 minutes to take full effect. I'm one of those people that it takes me a full 15 minutes, whereas a lot of other people, it takes effect immediately. So,
think
and
that's
if
that
it does do that,
tolerance,
you got to be
huh?
careful. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's tolerance. It's just
Okay.
it's just body type. A lot
Body
of times,
type.
it's just how you do the
You
stuff.
react to it.
And again, that's why there's so many modalities. That's why there's so many different ways to use this stuff. That's why there's so much stuff out there, because everybody's so different. Everybody's so different, and everybody uses different things, different ways. People are more, comfortable using it different ways,
Right.
as well. And so that's part of the patient experience, using this as a medicine, using this as a wellness product, is figuring out what works best for you and what you're most comfortable doing. So then we go to the tinctures. We call them tinctures. That's the under the tongue oils. They're not true tinctures. The true definition of tincture is alcohol based.
Okay.
So we still call them tinctures, though. But the ones we have,
that's different, huh?
the ones we have here are oil based.
Okay.
So usually MCT oil, and it's under the tongue. you know, or you can put it in something and use it more like an edible. But most of them are done under the tongue, hold it there 30, 45 seconds, then
Okay.
swallow whatever's left. They take effect within about 15 minutes to an hour. Usually last anywhere from 2 to 4 hours. Most of the time, again, carryover can be a lot longer. But I do like the tinctures because number one, they're easy to make, they're easy to, you know, use. They don't stink, they don't smell most of the time. Some of them taste terrible. I won't lie
Easy
there,
to
but some of them
carry.
taste pretty good too.
Yeah,
Easy
yeah,
to
yeah.
carry. You just got to be careful not to spill them.
Definitely don't wanna spill
Yeah,
them.
since they are oil based.
Or leave them in places.
Yes, exactly.
That's
Yeah,
the
right.
other
Yeah,
thing.
that's
it.
true.
You
true.
forget about
Yeah,
them.
you forget
like,
about
you
them,
know.
and like in your car, and they're super hot in the summer, or they're frozen in the winter.
Or in your backpack,
yeah,
and then you just
yeah.
didn't pick up your backpack for
Right,
a while.
yeah, exactly.
Right? Yeah, that's
But
hasn't happened
yeah,
to me.
right, exactly. So,
And
but,
then you were mentioning with the tincture, right,
Yeah.
going under the tongue. We made mention of the suppository earlier, and because that's direct acting, going, not having to bypass anything. The tincture goes into your bloodstream through your glands right there,
yep,
right?
Yep, through your,
so
through
is
your
that
buccal mucosa. Yep. So
The
yeah,
what?
Buccal mucosa, mouth.
boca?
Buccal.
I wonder how many times you had to say that in school to get it right. Right? That's
Too
something.
many.
That's
But
okay.
yeah, it goes right through your mucosal membrane, so it goes in a lot faster.
I felt
so
like Bobby
it goes directly
Boucher
into
for a
your stuff.
second
Yeah,
right there.
Bobby Boucher.
I was like, what?
So, but
Okay,
yeah,
so that goes
yeah.
directly in, the tincture does. And then from there, oh, okay. Well, you know what I love about live TV, guys?
Yeah.
I love that no matter what happens, when they put up the board so you
Yeah,
can
everybody
get to the
stops and
next
watches
question,
it.
you have to process it, right? So back to my topic there. The tinctures with the
Yeah.
MCT oil, like you made mention that and number one, it goes in your glands and right into your bloodstream, but also you will be able to add this as a topical too, to go
yep.
directly on your skin.
Yep,
So you
the
can
tinctures
eat
can
it,
be used as a topical as
and
well.
you can do that.
So,
Okay.
yeah. Not all topicals can be used as tinctures, though, but all tinctures can be used as topicals. So one of those things, because some of that stuff you don't want to eat. So,
Oh
yeah,
gosh, that's so
especially
funny.
suppository.
Okay,
That's
so quick
not
story,
fun.
real quick, guys. So this is funny. This just brought this up. All right. So when with me and my wife, we started in the cannabis industry. We've been in the industry for quite some time. But when we started, our very first cannabis company was called Hemp Hustlers. Hemp Hustlers was back in 2016, 2015, I want to say. And we brought CBD to Tulsa. We were one of the first ones in the market really promoting it and having it out. And we did a party at our house, and we had probably about 15, 20 of our friends and some associates that were there learning about CBD. And so we, just thinking about it makes me laugh. All right, so we bring CBD in, and we bring in a topical. This is the first topical people's even really seen, right? And this is how you learn about business. We had the topical. I had the Brahms cupcakes, like the plastic cups, right? It's like the Brahms ice cream comes in, right? Or excuse me, not Brahms, but the Bluebell ice cream comes in, right? And then I had the wooden spoons because we bought the bag of wooden spoons. So I took the topical and we put it on the wooden spoon. And, I had it in the cup. I was like, guys, this is the topical. And we gave it to everyone. And we're walking around. And, obviously before I, let everyone know, don't eat it because I'm passing it out and, getting ready to tell all of these guests about CBD, right?
Yeah.
We have a gentleman.
Yeah.
We're not going to disclose his name. Good friend of mine. Very funny young man.
Wasn't me.
It was not Doc. It was not Doc. He's sitting there, and I go around to come to the front of the room to start explaining what we have here. And he goes, Perry, this has no taste. I ate 2 of them, and I don't feel anything. And I said, what did you eat?
Yeah.
And he goes, lifts up his sticks, and they were clean. They were like, I just gave it to him. I was like, that was a topical
Yeah.
to put on you,
Yeah.
not in you. And he was like, well, you said I'm deficient in my CBD. So it was just a funny story, but that makes me laugh. Like a topical, folks, looks like it could be an edible, but it is not.
It's not an
It is
edible,
not an edible. And let me rephrase that. It could be an edible. It just won't work
Right,
in your
yeah.
mind like what you think an edible
Or
would
it
be.
could, but it was most of the time it's going to taste terrible.
I'm about
Yeah.
taste. I like
Yeah.
my taste buds.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah,
So-
definitely.
so,
Okay.
yeah.
So, that was a funny
yeah.
story. Okay, so
So-
we talk about the tinctures. We talk about the
Inhalation.
inhalation. We talk about
We haven't taled about anything else. We talked a little bit about topicals.
A little bit
So
about
topicals are anything that goes on the outside.
Okay,
Basically,
okay,
but
okay.
they are considered. But some of the topicals are considered like suppositories and stuff. Are actually considered like, well, they're actually not really true topicals. They're basically transmucosals.
Transmucosals, okay.
But we lump them in with a lot of times with the topicals because you can use them the same way a lot of times.
Okay.
Because there are some topicals you can use as suppositories, not but the same, not always. Again, so there are some that are okay to use, some of the oils and stuff, but some of you don't want to use that way. So yeah, so
That's why you guys should
watch
consult
what you're using,
with
yeah.
your physician
Yeah.
before you guys really get into trying a lot of the different medicines that are out there. If you don't have a physician, www.thc2.com. Just going to throw that out there. We will be able to see you and be your PCP. Just do that. Real quick. Okay,
And
so
then-
hold on. Let me ask you a question. Can you give the folks a couple of descriptions of what symptoms would work with what modalities, or like what won't work?
Yeah.
Can you
Right.
really do that? I mean, because
Well,
that's kind of vague, obviously,
yeah,
for the
and
modalities, and then specific systems.
It's tough because like I said a few minutes ago that a lot of times what you're most comfortable doing. Okay.
Aye.
So
Okay,
so I,
so it really
I
won't
do
matter
know
there.
that there's been a lot of anecdotal type studies of people with like Crohn's disease. I have half the patients that we have Crohn's like the edibles. The other half can't do
Can't
the
have
edibles
them.
because it makes them worse.
Correct,
So they have to
correct.
do the flower if they're in a flare.
Yeah.
So, but I have we have some that like the edibles too because they
Yeah.
think it gets to their gut faster.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the big one I will say is the smoking and asthma and COPD.
Yes.
Because smoking can it's an irritant, so it can cause an asthma attack. It can
Okay.
cause coughing, obviously.
Right.
And then also it can whenever you have asthma, COPD, and you're in a flare or even with COPD, as sometimes with some people they just can't breathe very well.
Correct.
So you shouldn't smoke. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You don't want to decrease the amount of oxygen you're getting.
You don't wanna mess it.
So that's where that's where you want to push them more towards the tinctures, the edibles, the topicals. Always topicals
Things
are
that don't
fine, but
flare it up.
and then or the dry vaping, like we were saying before.
Yeah.
Because the dry vaping, I've actually seen it work really well for asthma and COPD.
I did see that
So,
happen with
yeah.
the device was a volcano.
Yep.
And the volcano
That's the
is big old.
That's the
it's
only
a
device that's actually considered a medical device.
Medical
is the
grade
is
device,
the medical
really?
grade device the volcano is.
Wow, guys, you heard
super
that first
expensive
right
though.
here. Yeah,
super expensive. But it's the
it's
only vaporizer that's actually considered a medical device.
Man, listen, you don't need a lot with that thing, and it is something different.
need a lot
if
at
you
all.
don't,
It's
you're
amazing.
not. And I think that's
Yeah.
with like what medicine is. Like you really think about it. When you take medicine, you don't know when it's working because you're just feeling better, right? There's no like.
Oh, and you can
there's-
do more. Yeah, you shouldn't feel medicine.
Right, that's it. That's
shouldn't
it.
feel medicine, you
shouldn't
should be
feel
able to do
medicine.
more. Yeah.
Right,
Medicine
right,
helps you
right.
do more. It doesn't make you high or anything. You know?
Yeah.
I
yeah.
mean,
It
this
keeps
stuff
you under
does,
control.
and that's what a lot of people use. But
Yeah, I can see that.
So what kind of topicals seem to soak in best?
Yeah.
So creamy and oily are the same, basically. By the way, just letting you
Yeah,
know.
and-
So a cream
and
is
we're gonna
typically
move that
oil-based,
to
lotions are
under the
basically-
light because we got some good
Yeah.
lighting here.
Yeah.
Like my skin looks
No,
good.
you're fine. So yeah, so
Oh,
any of the
consistency?
most of the topicals that are out there are pretty oily.
Yeah, very
and
oily.
Either that or very creamy. Saying because like again, creams are made with oils,
Correct.
lotions are made with water. But the oil, any of the oils, any of the ones I've tried, and I've tried a lot of topicals. That's my
Yeah.
preferred modality.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
topicals. But they most
good
of the
for
time
muscle.
they soak right into the skin. Really fast. They might still feel like it's oily, but when you touch them, they're not. So it's kind of.
Wow. Listen, let me tell you. 4, 3, 2. Hey, guys, it's me. I just did my own countdown. Very rarely happens. Welcome back. You guys just seen it. Again, community sound. I can't get enough of you. I fucking love it, guys. Wait till you see what Sasha does again. Putting the picture in picture kind of reminds me of the old school videos. Like, I mean, that's just super sweet, right? The picture in picture, because I'm sitting there jamming. But just a little insight about community sound, guys, just so you understand what this band is. It's exactly what the title is. It's the community sound. They literally are a jam band, meaning that all they do is jam. None of this is rehearsed. They come in, they catch a vibe, and they just roll that vibe all the way through. And I meant they go hard from the riffs on the guitar, and now we can hear him. And he is out there slaying it, to the pounding on the drums like a fucking gorilla. I mean, she is magnificent, to the slapping of the bass with Law. Let me tell you, this thing is just, it's amazing to watch. And again, it's community sound every Thursday, downtown Tulsa at the Rabbit Hole. You do want to check them out. If you don't see them there, don't worry. Like, share, comment. Tell them that you love them, because we'll keep putting them back here. And I'm just so blessed and so thankful that you guys are blessing us with your presence. For sure, guys. Man, listen, that talk right there was absolutely amazing. Also, because I was in it, so I'm just saying, I remember it. But modalities, listen, if you're a patient out there, or, you know, what I like to say is we're all patients, we just haven't been diagnosed yet, so we're all medicating. This is how you understand what type of medication you're doing, how you're doing it, as well as the onset and all of those different things. All anybody ever wants to do is be in control of themselves. Why we all have issues is because we don't know how to handle the things we don't know how to control. And that's why they call those different side effects. And all we're doing is trying to limit those. So I'm thankful that Doc was able to bless you guys, bless us with the understanding of modalities. You guys take it serious as you guys start to be consumers out there in this vast market. Oklahoma has the most products in existence, meaning that it's not the wild, wild west as in just gunslinging. It's about how fast this community is growing. And when you're talking about suppositories, you're talking about nano-emulsification, you're talking about RSO, you're talking about, you know, smoking. There's a plethora of different things that you're able to add into your system and add into your body that can have different effects. And so super awesome that Doc is here. If you guys have any questions, definitely send them, type them, you know, all the good jazz down there. I heard you, it sounded good. I mean, it was light, but, you know, play a song I know. And I'm just playing. That was a joke. That was a joke. That was a joke. That was a joke. Okay, so guys, listen, coming up next, we got Letty Torres. Excuse me, forgive me, I'm sorry, young lady, with Fika. And let me tell you, Fika out of OKC is a power-led company that's led by a couple, her and her husband, and he's the grower, she is the shower, and let me tell you, she represents this company to the max. Was that okay to say? Right? That was all right, right? That's politically correct. I don't like to be unpolitically correct, but I'm sure I'll get some haters and fans and saying some shit. But anyways, let me tell you, this brand, though, is out of OKC, and they are making waves, and they have some fire. And I am super excited about their genetic drop that's getting ready to happen. Plus, I believe you'll be able to see them down there at the Cannabis the Expo, Imperious Expo, the Canna Expo, on June 2nd and June 3rd. It's going to be bananas. Again, Ed Rosenthal, Aaron from NCIA. You have Eric Norton throwing it. You're going to have Rasta with B-Leaf there. There's a plethora of people. We're going to be there. MCM is going to be there. Again, June 2nd, June 3rd, Oklahoma City Convention Center, excuse me. It's the Imperious Cannabis Expo, and you're going to want to check them out. But I also believe Miss Letty is going to be there, and this is going to be an amazing thing. Check her out, guys, and we'll see you guys here in just a minute. And let me tell you, I'm so proud of what we're doing tonight. The show is going so amazing. The energy that's here with all these queens right now is absolutely breathtaking. I'm just so blessed and so thankful that they are all here. Listen, they've got energy galore. I told you I had Lady here, all right, and I'm going to introduce Lady, but Lady is going to do the introducing because these women. Lady, would you come on and just tell people who you are and what we have here, because I can't do it more than what you're about to do. I promise you.
Okay, so honestly, I am really excited of how this night turned out. It's been like just me not knowing what was gonna happen
What
to
to
running
expect,
into
yeah.
something amazing. Just because I'm here tonight, and then I can also have Grace on, okay? She's like one of the best testimonies that I've ran into, and one of the reasons like my love even for the plant went like sky high. So it was just, she wasn't even expected to be sitting down here, so it's like I put her on the spot, and I'm sorry, friend, but I needed you here tonight.
I always give
in
her
her
the spot.
testimony.
And that's friendship right there, folks. I'm telling you. So you did this introduction. I've got it of you two. We've got Gracie and we've got you, Miss Lady. Introduce your brand.
Yes,
okay?
so we
And
have
then-
Fika.
Okay.
Fika. And so it just goes back to the word, the meaning, what I'm all about, honestly, as a person, and
Okay.
what I try to bring out through my brand. Fika's a moment to slow down and appreciate the good things in life. So we kind of like gave it a twist, like you just smoke, relax, stay, live on gratitude. I'm big on
Okay.
gratitude. I feel like there's so many things to be grateful for every single day. Like we just gotta wake up, be happy, and
Yeah.
just
Concur.
do good, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's what I want to bring through my flower. You smoke Fika, you just
You feel good.
just slow down, chill, like
Yeah, preferably in the cone. That's my preference there. That makes
Yeah.
you slow down. But yes, wow, that's amazing. Okay, now where are you from? Where are you located right now? Where's your base operations?
Yeah, so right now we have our facility in in the Waterloo area,
Okay.
Oklahoma City. Yeah.
Okay, see.
Yeah, we are part of the Fire Ranch family, and just doing our thing, small facility, just
Putting out this
Yeah.
fika, putting out this fire.
Yes,
That's what's
yes,
happening right here. And I mean, what makes me excited about that is what you're here for, because not only did you just bring all this flower, but what you wanted to talk about. You have a testimony about just this testimony. Let's just go into it. Would you be able to tell us a little bit about what has happened to you, and then what you've been able to achieve since knowing that, and how we're addressing it currently?
My name is Gracie, and I am from the Fika team. So I got into, I'm going to start off with cannabis, not the company.
Okay.
So I started off with cannabis just because I was already tired to be on medication. So let me go back. I got in a car accident. They rushed me to the hospital. I get an MRI, and they said, "Hey, Gracie, you have something in your head." I was scared. I said, probably a tumor, cancer, super scared what was happening. 6 months later, I get diagnosed with Arnold-Chiari malformation, which
Okay.
is a rare, a rare disease,
Okay.
or a lot of people say a chronic illness.
Okay.
And there's no cure for it. So the only solution that I was told is medication and brain surgery, which is scary.
Right.
I go into a whole treatment of yoga, therapy, acupuncture, 5 years until I decide, hey, this is time for me to get brain surgery.
Okay.
I get brain surgery. It's called a decompression. So Arnold-Chiari, my condition that I have is my brain is falling down through my cerebellum. So it's putting pressure on my skull.
Okay.
So that just that alone, the pressure, you're not able to run. I'm not able to do exercise, anything that has to do with strength.
Okay.
Anything. I'm serious
Can
about
I
it.
interrupt?
Yes.
Anything.
Laughing. She was having a great time, and it was like if she laughed too hard, her brain will,
So it coming down is mean more or less of the brain being loose, and any major gyrations are going to cause more inflammation.
Right,
more or less?
sneezing,
Okay.
coughing,
Okay.
laughing, and all of these things that happens on a daily basis.
Right.
Daily basis, the headaches that I get is more severe than migraines.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so migraines. Everyone
Those are
says
powerful.
migraines are
Yeah.
powerful.
Yeah.
What I have comes with me feeling nauseous, dizzy, slur speech.
A cascading
It's
of
just-
side effects
it's
that
so
come
many
off
things.
of that. Okay.
I was at my breaking point, and I said I need to find something that's gonna help me. Because I keep on, they put me on so many medications. The only thing it does, it puts me to sleep.
And mask the stuff. That's
And
really what it's doing. It's just masking.
It puts me to sleep. There's a brand that everyone goes and buys off the counter, which I was doing the same thing too. The only thing that did to me was just make me sweat and numbs me for 2-3 hours, and then I'm back with the headaches. I'm back with not being able to interact, laugh,
function
talk, not
properly.
function. And I tried cannabis.
Okay. Do
I
we start
said-
with flower?
We start with flower.
Okay, and so that was your touch into. Well, I mean, that answers one of my favorite questions: is how did the plant touch you? And I mean, it touched you, and this is what you started with was fika flower or flower in general.
Can we talk
was-
about, sorry, can we talk
ahead.
about the time that we had the animal lemon, right? The animal
Flower.
lemon.
I was
on.
about to say that.
You can
Fika
open-
Started
flower.
with fika
Yeah,
flower.
I started
Okay.
with fika flower.
I mean, it
So-
was just the day I remember that I made her laugh so hard as she like literally said, "Lady, this was the first time that I wanted to laugh this hard, and I laughed, and my brain didn't do what it usually does."
And I didn't
So-
go to sleep. I didn't pass out.
You were functional.
I was functional. So okay, we had animal lemon there, which is very a citrus
Very much so.
smell. I smoked. We were smoking, hanging out, and she made me laugh. And to the point where she made me laugh is when your eyes are teary, you're cracking up, that type of laugh.
That's that smoke laugh. That's
okay.
that good smoke laugh
So
right there.
that's something that never happens to me because
Okay.
I know how to hold myself back from laughing, and I'm interacting, but
Protecting
I
yourself.
I know what my brain is going to do. Arnold Chiari kicks my butt every day. I smoked animal lemon. She made me laugh, and a second
It's funny how she
later,
says
this
it,
is
but it
me.
was.
I
A
know.
second later, I said, "Oh my God, lady, something happened to me, and you are not going to believe this." I'm getting goosebumps now. And I said to her, "You're not going to believe this." And then I started crying. You know how many years I've been through laughing, but I have to either remove myself from the room or just excuse myself and say, just hold on a second. You want to see what I do when I laugh? I see dark, I can function, and I have to just cover myself and just hold myself tight because I get pounding headaches. I look at Lady and said, "Lady," and I was crying.
She was
And I said,
crying. I was like,
"Lady,
"What
you're not going to
happened?"
believe what's happening to me right now. I feel the pounding, but it doesn't hurt. I have no pain." And she said, "Friend, what are you talking about?" And I said, "Arnold Chiari, I mean, what I have is not kicking me right now.
Yeah,
Lady,
yeah.
let's laugh."
Let's
And-
go.
And the
Oh
doctor's
my
gonna be
God.
proud of me because I told her write that down. And the more I've gotten into the flower learning, because it's all about we learn every day, right?
You learn every
I'm-
day,
I
and an
didn't come in.
experience.
Yeah, I'm not an expert. I don't say I do have the most amazing grower. I say I have to shout out to the hubby. He's killing it.
Shout out to the
His
hubby.
genetics, yes.
He's got the genetics and he's
Yes.
doing the growing.
Yeah, he's my, he's the head grower. He is, I mean, you can take a look at the flowers, Perry. Tell me what you
listen.
think,
So I'm maybe a little premature right now, but we going down to FICA. That's what we doing. We're gonna take the tour. I'm gonna take the guys, and we're gonna go get an up close, personal look at what you guys have here.
For sure.
Animal lemon, I think, is a cross of animal cookies and lemon, maybe lemonade. It's very citrus. I am a sativa guy myself. Fancy myself a connoisseur. I don't like those words. I just like cannabis, and so.
You're an OG.
I am definitely an OG, and my
Yes.
nose will tell me. But this animal lemon smells delicious. And so you started with the animal lemon, but really you started with with their flower, with your flower.
Right.
And then from there, it really goes into the process of how that stuff is made, because now you're using this as your medicine, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
And that's what.
That's what this is about.
It is exactly what it's about. If I'll be honest with you, I know there's and still till now, there's too much stigma going around.
Yes.
Just the word cannabis alone,
Yes.
right? I said to lady when I was not in pain, I said to her, I wish I can put this in my forum. I interact with so many people that have my condition because we talk and chat among us, trying to find ways to feel better.
Right.
Because there's no days that we wake up with my condition and we feel good.
Or that it's
And-
a traditional normal.
Right. And I
so-
said, I want to text this, I want to upload it and say, try cannabis. And I'm not recommending it, but me personally, I laughed after so many years without me being in pain or without me passing out, having to call 911, which is 100% true.
And she didn't mention, but she had like surgery and
Right.
and it was like a whole process that she shares, and it's like it's crazy because she's an amazing human being and great to work with, and it's like it was when I said it skyrocketed, I was like, damn, yes, the team, it's so we're doing great things, and I'm excited to have you over, see how we do
Yes.
things. Like we try to keep a small batch. Shout out to all the amazing growers in Oklahoma. There's great growers right now.
We have a lot
so,
of
yes.
options here, and I think that's what the system has allowed us, right? A lot of people have different opinions on the way that the state rolled out with the system, but I feel like having it carve itself out like it's doing right now. There's been growers that have come, there'll be growers that will come, but there's some that are here that are making their stance, and having you guys put your foot down, put a Staples out of OKC, small batch, is my prefer. I deal with a lot. I love growers. I love the mass, but I prefer personally
yeah.
a small batch because I just feel a little bit more personal with how that goes. And that also goes into, and I don't know if you guys do this yet or whatnot. I know we do the flower, but going into like other products. So like, Middy's Medicinal, like sourcing great quality that ends up becoming another great quality product. And
Yes.
that's what this is about.
Yes,
It's
yes, yes.
the ongoing production of finding those things for stories like yours that we have a solution. Because one of my favorite sayings is we're all patients, you just haven't been diagnosed yet.
Yes.
So, I mean, if you need it, see Dr. Sims, little baseless, shout out THC2 as our sponsor, but he will help you. But definitely this is, let's go,
And can- and
girl.
can- yeah,
So
and can I say-
real
yeah,
quick,
for
how
sure.
long, since we were talking about the time frame, can you give me a time frame of when you had the car wreck, when you've had the surgery, to when you actually started with the medicine and figured out that this is now your choice is flower and you're using that as a mitigation of the other medicines?
My car accident, I'm not mistaken, was in 2011. I get my decompression, my brain surgery. They opened me up, cracked my bones, and made space
Okay.
for my brain. That was in 2016.
Okay.
And I continue on medication for a good 4 years until we got to 2020, and I was introduced to cannabis.
The pandemic,
Man.
everybody was smoking.
Wow, this is, and I'll tell you the time frames. I mean, obviously, Oklahoma has only been it's 2023. We started in 2018, and within this 5 years, going into the 6 years now, to have it where you see so much growth.
Yes.
That happens. You see so much development, and you see so much taking health into your own hands.
That's
Right,
exactly
and then
what's
spreading
happening,
that word, because that's what keeps not only our businesses alive, but it keeps us being healthier.
Right.
And educating the patients, right? Like going back, I love the conversation the doctor had, like terpenes, teaching the patients to shop, like what's good
What is
for
he
you,
looking
what is your
for?
body asking for, right? Because and it brings me back to like something I'm experiencing now with like the testing. I
Yes.
get testing back on some of my flower. I'm like, what? Like. And then the
That's not-
terps are so teaching the patient
yeah.
that, like, and writing it down and taking notes. What works for you? You know.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
we all want to feel good. This medicine feels good. We need to learn the balance, right? Learn how
Mm-hmm,
to not let the medicine overtake you, because just like any
Control
medicine,
those
it
side
can do bad
effects.
for you, you know.
Correct.
So like as a whole community, breaking that stigma, right? Like being a mom, like, you know, it's the example you want to bring, just everything around, right?
Right.
So yeah, I wanted
That
to
makes
share
me
that.
happy.
Yes.
Man, listen, you're a leader. I tell you that, young lady. I mean, you came in boss style. I love it. I love it. Let me end with this real quick, because we've got you guys on. We know that I plan on bringing the team down to see the facility,
let's do
doing
it.
an even more close-up interview. My favorite question: when did the plant touch you?
Well, for me, honestly, I was introduced to the plant as a recreational, right?
Okay.
I never saw any medicinal side to it, being completely honest. It felt good. I partied. I'm not like, you know, I'll take a shot, I'll drink a beer, but I'm not, you know, that my choice to have fun was cannabis,
Cannabis,
right? So I was introduced probably like 15, whatever,
All right,
you know.
yeah.
And I come from a very strict, like, I don't even, no smoking in my parents' house kind of
Right,
thing,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So they know what I'm doing, they love what I'm doing, and I'm educating them, right?
Yes.
I'm teaching my parents that it's medicine, and now they're understanding it. And I have my
Breaking
dad,
stigmas in
yes,
your
I
own
have my dad
household.
medicating in other ways without
Yes.
the, you know, so it's like, it's like a whole new world for
Ah.
me. And then my hubby's like killing it, and I'm like, we're doing this, right? And
Yeah,
I mean,
listen, there's some stuff in here, and listen, as I said before, we've got some queens in the building, and what's beautiful is that we've got entrepreneurs, and when you see people take that risk to go and do their own, and then they're helping so many others. Let me get that on there. Check this out. Did I get it there? Get the
Well, that's how it all
yeah.
started. Shout out
It's,
to my little box. That was all
right?
like a passion
This
project.
was a start right here.
That was, yeah.
I like the
that's my
packaging. The
baby.
packaging looks great, and then we come in, and they've brought some flavors
People
in
are
here.
like, I'm over the pre-rolls, you know, because Oklahoma, like so many type
Yeah.
of pre-rolls you find. So people are like, let me see your flower. So I'm like, I
Oh,
got
you
you. I
got
brought out the
pave?
flower.
What?
Yes.
Yeah, you got some stuff over here, some gas cakes, some Scotty's cake.
Yes, we have
a lot
some.
of biscotti.
Hey,
I like
look,
that.
look out for some new drops. We stay pheno hunting. That's
Okay.
one thing. Like that's what hubby's doing. You know, just
Oh.
working on genetics, like crosses.
That's teamwork.
Yeah. So
That's teamwork.
we're all a team.
Hey, listen, I'm happy to be a part of this team. Like, this is about to become some things. Guys, listen. This is amazing. I told you we had some queens in here. This is the FICA brand. Make sure to like them, follow them. Where can they
Fika
get
Babe.
FICA,
So-
excuse me, the FICA brand.
Yeah, so we have at fika.okc, we have Fika Things for the pre-rolls lifestyle. We try to do the on our cultivation page. We're gonna start showing more of the educational
Ooh, I'm
side.
excited to see that.
You know, and really touching base in things like this. Like for me, testimonies
getting
are
the
huge.
testimony.
All my with the dispensary partners is not just, I'm not trying to just sell you flour. You know, I want to interact with my patients. What are my patients asking for? How is, you know, can I get some feedback? Like that's
Yes.
huge on me. Where personally me, like I like to do things right. So yeah, I
You're
try
right
to
the
show
first time.
face. I do the same. I wear many hats. We all wear all the hats. You know, if I have to go in there and leave, we go in there as a team. We leave. We do what we gotta do, right? But
like
at the
that.
end, just to bring that quality and yeah,
This
just
is gonna
all
listen,
for the patients.
guys. You're gonna see it. They're gonna put the links down below. Make sure you're following. I'm telling you, with testimonies like this, being real, with smells like this right here,
That's some
with
Scotty's cake.
flavors.
I like it.
This is which one?
Scotty's.
Okay.
That has been our
This
top
one's-
seller
this one's-
actually.
That
Scotty's
smells
cake, very
delicious. And then
potent.
what's this one here?
That's some great biscotti. We have a hash collab coming soon with Greenstone. Super excited about
Okay.
that.
Now,
Yeah.
that's what you got coming up.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
pay
we got some
attention
fun
to that,
things.
guys, and then make sure you're following because, like I said, we're gonna come back in 3 months. We're gonna do a follow up. We're gonna take the team down. We're gonna go see this operation, and we're gonna find out more about this brand because I tell you, they're powerful, guys. They're powerful, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for being on
No,
tonight.
thank
We
you.
look
This has
forward to
been
finding
great.
out more about what's gonna happen and being a part of this growth and this
Yes,
change you
let's
guys
do it.
have. Definitely, guys.
Shout out to this team. They're
Ah.
like this. They have gave us some amazing fruits, just a vibe. Like everybody's super nice. Thank you for having me.
Guess what, guys? That's what I'm going to do. Welcome back again, guys. Holy hot shit. That was that Flavor Flav. I loved it. Community sound band. Guys, this is a community sound jam band. And let me tell you, they just jammed it out, guys. Again, welcome back. Welcome to MCM. Every Thursday at the Rabbit Hole, you can check them out. I don't know the time. It doesn't matter the time, because when you're jamming, there ain't no time. You just jamming, baby. That's what's happening. So definitely check them out. We're so honored to have them on again. Like, share, comment. Give me your thoughts, your concerns, your questions, your ideas. All we're doing is just creating a community to jam together. Ooh, you like that? Yeah. We jamming with cannabis. Cannabis jam. You know what? If any processors are out there and you want to make some cannabis jam, make some canna jam. That's what I like. Don't take that. I just heard it first because I said it, and we're going to do it. Guys, listen, that was an amazing, amazing time with Fika. And let me tell you, they were also... I mean, their flower is amazing. The process is amazing. Our next interview with them is going to be a follow-up where we're going to go down to their facility, see everything at their home, because they came to Tulsa. For those that don't know, we're located in Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's where MCM is, and we also have all of the state of Oklahoma coming to us. So we want to get ready to go out to them, and we're going to head to OKC to see Letty, and it's going to be amazing. So shout-outs to Fika. I'm telling you, you guys are going to like it. It's going to be amazing. Guys, coming up next is another great couple of people that have been in the industry, that have been making waves, and they do it by events, they do it by education, autism, all types of awarenesses, and they're a power duo. And they're not a couple, they're a power duo. And I'm talking about Tarra as well as Andrew from Sherweed Forest, and that's who's getting ready to come up. And if you don't know about Sherweed Forest, they do a lot of different things together. They're 024 creative agency, that's number one, and they do a lot of social media, TikTok, Instagram Reels, all of that general basis is what they cover. But they also do events, and their events, as the Throwdown Bazaar, is an amazing market. It's an amazing event, excuse me, that is a market that allows patients to get introduced to the cannabis producers. So you've got everywhere from growers to glass blowers to processors, and they break into where you can meet those people. And then also you're able to go and purchase whatever medication as well as products from various dispensaries or partnerships that they have. And it's a pretty cool community get-together, kind of like a farmer's market for cannabis, and they allow that to happen. And so check this out, guys. Look at this interview, and then we will be right back with you with the community sound. MCM, Perry Jones III. We'll see you in a minute. Oh, man. Welcome, 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 guys. Happy Wednesday. Happy midweek. I'm Perry Jones III, your host, and I have a special selection for you tonight. This is a great time leading with Women's Month. Happy Women's Month right now. I've got one of the top leading ladies in our state with us, along with her partner, because these two are a Batman and Robin, or a Catwoman. Is it Bat? Y'all know what I'm trying to say. So, guys, welcome, welcome. We have Tarra, and we also have Andrew of Sherweed Forest, as well as 024 Creative. And so, guys, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you guys for coming, man. I'm so excited. I am so excited. So, let's go right into it. This is a beautiful thing. You guys are very well known within the state for hosting magnificent events. The whole concept of what you started was amazing. But before we get into how people know you, let's go into who you are so they can get to know you, if you don't mind. So let's go with the start of this whole endeavor into the industry right now. Can you guys give me a little bit about who you are and how we got started in this bad boy?
Cool. Yeah, I'll start. So I was an esthetician for about 11 years.
Okay.
I specialized in eyelash extensions. And yeah, the pandemic hit, and single mom too. I wasn't allowed to work, and I was like, what am I going to do? And I kind of saw what was open at the time, and it was cannabis still.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, I'm just kind of ready. I was just kind of burnt out at the time and applied for a couple jobs and got picked up by Sublime. and then sold for them for about 6 months, and then kind of found my way into media. I worked for a team called Green Social for a little bit, and then I worked as a brand ambassador for Ox, and then got picked up by Herbage Magazine. And then that's where I met Andrew, and then that's just kind of like my history in the cannabis space, and just kind of been in sales most of the time.
Listen, let me tell you, that right there was a timeline right there, and that was a brief, that was a memorized.
It's been memorable.
I mean, that's a huge range to go as well, Tarra. To start from a sales rep, right, getting in, making phone calls, and then all of a sudden now you're touring the state representing a brand. Then you get picked up by another brand. Then you get picked up by a publication, and then you end up meeting and getting into creative with Andrew. So like that's no small feat. Congratulations, young lady.
You.
That's super awesome, and that speaks testaments to your work ethic and your dedication and actually will to go for what you want. You know what I mean? Getting into creative. And so, Andrew,
Appreciate
I mean, she leads up to doing that. Let's go into it, boss. Come on.
He's got a good story. He has a good story. Don't let him tell you.
I wish mine was as smooth as that.
I mean, that was as butter right there.
Yeah. Mine's more of a circumstance. I've always been in creative work.
Okay.
For about 12 years, I ran a brand making screen prints of graphic designs.
Oh, okay.
Like pop culture type artwork, but I would or call it, momentary art, art of the moment, things people care about at the time, and so got comfortable doing that, in regards to getting a message out to people. And one day, one of my buddies just came by the house. This was right after 788 passed, and he was really weighted with this issue that he had noticed that you can't go to any given dispensary with the general information that we have, like Blue Dream, for example, and know that that's going to get you the effect or the experience that you had based on, say, the last time you had Blue Dream, and that's what made you pursue it the next time. As far as the efficacy or the methods that we have to search for cannabis specifically isn't available.
Right.
And so he came to me and wanted my assistance to market that concept or to get the word out to people that we could create something locally. Organically, because plants are so, if you create a whole bunch of one cut, 200 plants the same, compared to 20 people making 10 cuts, all different, in different places, different areas, you're going to get 10 different expressions or different variant in expressions. So our theory was if we could meet enough people and collect enough of us together and then collect that data and then share that with the patients, they would have more option and variance and control over their experience.
And an easier access point too, because now you only have to go to one source, and even though there's so many licenses and so many businesses, this kind of slims it to a trusted local resource, and so that's a great concept.
Or a team or a community or whatever it is. So we don't know what that is. So we start with, we do different things. We do events. We created our agency. So whatever it might be to connect people, because it's going to be a long-term game to get us all together and then in the right direction and to even create that kind of data resourcing that we would need. So for us, it's just surviving in the marketplace with the skills that we have, with the friends that we have, long enough to see it to the end, whatever, or maybe we won't, or we can pass it along to the next people.
That's the end goal.
That's the end goal. I like that. Wow, that's a great concept. And I think it's just beautiful that, the first thing that I hear out of there is that for both of you, you're people oriented. So you're doing your people first, and in giving your services and your resources to allow others to make better decisions for themselves with your networks. And that's a beautiful showing right there. So it's no small feat, number one, to be an entrepreneur. Let alone to just carve another niche within niches, right? And you take your skill set and you're wanting to apply it in a way that is unorthodox, right? And so many kudos, accolades. I want to give you guys all the correct adjectives, but my mind only comes to about 4 because I was medicated earlier, but you guys are killing the fucking game.
Thank you.
I fucking say there.
We're tired.
The passion in there, because if you guys don't follow, you should go and check it out at 024 Creative. All their handles, they're going to put them in here in a little bit. But the origins of that story is absolutely amazing. Like, thank you guys for being forward thinking and doing that. Let's go now into, because that kind of gives us a little bit about who you guys are, how we got into the cannabis industry in Oklahoma. And while we're on there right there, what do you think about the current plane of the cannabis industry? I mean,
It's a tough
leaving
climate.
yesterday, I'm
Yeah.
a little sad. You
Okay.
know, I was really hoping that we would get 820 to pass because I just believe in access to all.
Okay,
You know,
okay.
that's my whole thing. I have a kid with autism, and so he medicates. And so I just think about how so many people would be open to that now that it's recreational. There's so many people that don't get their cards because they don't want to put their information out there. You know, and so there are so many things out there. Was it the best bill? No. Do I think Oklahoma always writes the best bills? Absolutely not.
Right.
But you know, it's a little discouraging right now, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And that we're talking about the vote for those that don't
Yeah.
know. Yesterday was the vote that a lot of people have been on. If you're within the industry, you would know. But for those that don't know, it was a vote for the state to have recreational or adult use free access for all. Within 90 days is when I believe that would happen.
Yeah.
Is how the bill was doing that, and it did not pass. And so that's actually really a precedent that a vote. We're not going to go into, 'cause I don't know the correct term on it, but that's what happened.
Yeah.
And so that's when I asked about the plane of the cannabis industry, and the first thing is that. And so, Andrew,
Yeah.
tell me yours real fast. What do you think about the plane of the cannabis industry at this moment?
I mean, I think kind of it's showing itself as a new industry in a positive way is what I see. So when we're with brands that we're not banging our heads with their philosophy, you know, when we sit down and 4 months ago, we made a plan on packaging, and we made a plan on what dumps at 6%, what dumps at 4%. Why are we growing this? And if all those things are in line, most of the time those brands are relatively happy, you know, or at least, or they're at least making it, or they're at least thinking to the next chapter. Where people who have negated some of those things and have just relied on initial hype or initial namesake or whatever category or a specific thing that they had in the market at the time that was special, most of them are more frustrated because they don't have a voice in a smaller marketplace, you know. So it's hot and cold. You know, one
Yeah.
day we're with somebody and it's
Somebody's doing really well,
yeah.
and the next day somebody else is not doing so well. So yeah, it's very touch and go right now.
And there's no way to categorize that as far as like we'll go into a huge facility and everything, you know, multiple millions of dollars facility, and they'll tell us, yeah, we just laid off a third of the workforce a couple days ago.
Right.
And you go to another one and it's just a little row of like a former chicken coop, you know, that someone's converted and
Super small.
yeah, and that guy's just loving life and he's ready to drop, you know, donkey butter number 9, and that's what he's talking about, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's definitely not a scope of size of business that dictates that.
Right.
But it's almost like we're surprised by the hot and cold because you never know.
Yeah, you
what-
just never know.
I feel the same for both, right? So we have number one, we have the most recent of the vote happening, and I'm not into politics. I'm into patience, and
Yeah,
so
same.
regardless of how we go with it, I think the end result is the end result. But what's beautiful is that that's not the end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yep.
as laws happen. Like I use this analogy often. It took 15 years for prohibition to happen for alcohol, and so if we could even kind of go into a mindset of, oh, well, this was like this for X amount, and then here, that's how I view that. And I know that for the state of Oklahoma, let alone the country,
Yeah, it's all
like we're it's businesses, and most as entrepreneurs, it may not be like you guys are doing now, not just Sherwood, not just 024 Creative. It's multiple things that you're trying to fix into the market or your marketplace, and it's ongoing because whatever the market's going to dictate, we're going to be able to try to gravitate to and help a small community.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And
There's still
so-
opportunity.
Oh, there's
Exactly.
so
much opportunity.
I think that's
yeah.
and then that goes back to what you were saying.
Yeah.
My opinion in that realm is that I love the fact. Personally, I think like how we started the industry was absolutely amazing. Like, I mean, personally, I think the fact that you allow the opportunity of an old school land run, that's what Oklahoma was based on. It's like, yo, you got it. go try
Go
it,
show
right?
us.
Like,
Go-
let's
go-
see us.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
it's
give
cheap
everybody the
and-
opportunity because it's like, not only is it cheap, but now it's that test for the person. Like you said, a chicken coop, like, I only got X amount and this is all I got left. And I want to try this for, because I'm just tired of working the said job for so long and I want to see something different, right? Or I want to apply my gardening skills to this plant, right? And you go from there to a big brand that brings in millions of dollars and now you've got, the fanciest things you've ever seen, right? To a place that's just in the process of transitioning, by creating this new room. They now laid this new slab. They're growing. I think the fact that we started the market in such an open plain is absolutely beautiful compared to the rest of the country. And then now we're getting towards a bottleneck, right? Because if we talk about the politics per se, like the OMMA, it's a state issue, it's an entity.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that doesn't change anything in life. We have we have state entities in all of our facets, from having children to anything. So we know that when it's the government, right? Like we can expect some differences that are not our own personal takes or opinions on, right? Or choices that we would do. And so I think that now having an idea back to like the prohibition time, we have something we're working towards, I mean, we know where it's all going. I don't know, but I know this, we now have, over 300,000 patients.
Yep.
Yeah.
We know that we've got, clinics like the THC2, I think they said 25,000 people off of opiates. Like you've got autism, you've got the children now not having to be dependent on certain aspects and drugs out there. There's a lot that's happening that similar to what I believe your guys' mission is you're exposing it.
Yeah.
You're exposing all of those things similar to the show. We're showing all of these different positive things that are happening rather than just, the big bark of what we all see every day, and so forgive me for the long-windedness. I love the opportunity to meet and watch people, really like grow out of their cocoons of who they were into who they're going to be. And we don't know. I don't know. I never would have thought I would have been on a TV show, hosting our own TV show or anything when I was selling real estate. Right?
Yeah,
And so I come, my background is from real estate.
Imagine if you had a time machine and you could go talk to yourself at that
Right.
that
It's
point.
like, don't worry about that house.
Yeah.
You're going to do okay.
Yeah.
And so like the pressure we put on ourselves by that, I don't want to say false identity. I would just say the unknowing of that identity. And then all of a sudden now you start to see clearly now some things have fallen and you're like, all right, this is where I want to go.
Well, it's crazy. You'll also see how your life prepared you for these moments.
Right.
Like things that you think like, oh, I mean, there'll be clients we're in rooms with that we don't get. And we're like, okay, well, this is the reason why we didn't get them. And it's okay now, and just seeing things for what they are. And being in the beauty industry and having basically my own business, it's just like taught me sales and to talk to people. And I could be in the room with anybody. And then that skill transfers over to now. So you just never know what you're working on.
Yeah.
I always tell people you can like change whatever you want to do in life. Like I could start tomorrow being a doctor if I want to go to school. You can literally do whatever you want to. You just have to have the drive and go do it.
amazing show, an amazing time for my team, Dave and Sasha in the background. Shout outs to the team. Our first recap video. This is only the first of many. Thank you guys for following us. Thank you guys for being here. Ask that you guys go ahead and like, share, comment your thoughts, your concerns, your likes, your dislikes. Like, all publicity to me is good publicity, even if you hating, because you know what I do? I control that shit and I block it. But I want to see it. I want to see it. So leave that shit. Whatever you have to say, help us to continue to grow this beautiful medical cannabis marketplace of Oklahoma, of the U.S., of the Midwest, of the world. And that's what we're here to do. Guys, Perry Jones III checking out with you. We will see you guys next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Start of May. May be with you.